What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Doe Show. It's your boy Damn D, and I am back with another one. Today we're going to be doing the Errol Spence versus Tszyu live full fight commentary. Let me check my audio and video to make sure you guys can hear me. Right now we're still in the midst of the prelim, so we're still waiting on the main event to get here. So I'm going to check my audio and video to make sure you guys can hear me. What up, though, Facebook? What up, though, YouTube? What up, though, Instagram? What up, though, TikTok? We are broadcasting live on all social media platforms tonight that I just mentioned. So let me check to make sure I can be heard. Make sure I can be heard. Testing, 1, 2. Make sure I can be heard. Okay, so I can be heard. So let me get up out of here. We definitely can be heard. Okay, we got the fight on. Hopefully you guys can hear everything. What up, though, to everybody out there? We getting ready to watch the your boy Errol Spence make his 3-year comeback against Tszyu. Let me back up out of here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, but what's going on, everybody out there? I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're getting ready for this Errol Spence, Tim Tszyu, super welterweight fight, I should say. Sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, we're getting ready to watch my boy Errol Spence after a 3-year layoff after that horrible loss that he took to your boy Crawford and that Bud Crawford, I should say. Excuse me, you guys. Let me get I'm trying to get everything set up real quick. So okay. All right, so just trying to make sure everybody can see me good and everybody can hear me good. Let me know if you guys can hear commentary, because I do not have it coming through my normally like I have it coming through my mixer, so you guys can hear it firsthand, but it's just going to be coming through my speakers through my TV. So let me know if you guys can hear the commentary. But right now we're still watching the I believe this is the pre-main event fight coming up before the main event, before tonight's fight. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your boy is still less than 50 subscribers away from hitting 1K, and I cannot do it without you guys reaching. So, we're going to be doing a full fight commentary tonight. I cannot show it due to copyright infringement, but we're definitely going to talk. We're going to give you our opinion. We're going to give you our thoughts on tonight's fight. Errol Spence is coming on a 3-year layoff after a devastating loss to Bud Terrence Crawford. And this is a big step up. He's moving up in weight, challenging Tszyu, leaving the U.S., going into another country. So this is going to be a big fight for Errol. A lot of people said Errol should have retired. He should have stayed retired, but, he's getting back in there, man. Didn't have a tune-up fight, so he's jumping right back in there. He's jumping off the porch. A lot of people is doubting. They said, a lot of 3 years could, a 3-year, and that's true. A 3-year layoff could, set in a lot of rust. Especially he's moving up in weight. So it's definitely going to be a test and a challenge for Errol. But, if anybody can do it, Errol can do it. But we are broadcasting live. We are on YouTube. We on Facebook. We on Instagram. I need for all you guys. And look, I need for everybody that's on Facebook watching, please do me a favor. Go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and then you can go back to Facebook. We're trying to hit that 1K mark tonight. And I can do it with you guys hitting that button. Yep. So hopefully, man, I want to see a great, entertaining fight tonight. Let me go over here and check YouTube. Make sure everybody's over there good. I can be seen good over there. Yeah, but I just want to see a good, action-packed fight tonight, man. I lost so much money on Spence that night when he fought Crawford, man. I'm still rebounding from that. He's missing some things right now, and able to be all of it that he's been in his fight. Missing a lot of what he could have in his weapons. Okay, so we got a few people watching. Let me So we're just trying to get everything straight. Okay, everything. Let me look at that. Okay, so everything looks good over there on YouTube too. So I'm just trying to make sure that we are good on all platforms, that we are having no interruption. So it looked like we are good. The comment section is open. I would love for you guys to interact with me tonight. Give me your thoughts. What do you think about Errol Spence on this 3-year layoff after losing to Terrence Bud Crawford in that devastating loss that he took 3 years ago? He's making his comeback tonight. Errol Spence I'm definitely a fan of Errol Spence. I would love to. Oh, okay. This is a good fight, man. I don't know if you guys are watching the prelims, but it's been some pretty good prelims. Anthony Joshua fought earlier. I don't know who won that fight. I'm just now walking in. I started late. We got a few comments. What up, though? Nathan Johnson. How long into the fight? I think we are maybe a fight away. I don't know if this is the pre-main event right here. Yes, the truth. Okay, so you Errol Spence fan, Nathan? Nathan, if you are a big fan and you want to come up here live, man, send me your email. I'll bring you on up. I got a few people that's going to be joining me. But I always love to have good boxing fans up here talking good, boxing talk. So if you want to come on up here, man, send me your email. I will bring you in. You can come on up here live on stage and chop it up with me. But I think we are a fight away from the main event. As you know, it was a few fights that was dropped from this card. So you said raised in the DFW. Okay, I'm born and raised from Detroit, man. Born and raised. I don't know if that's Detroit FW, but I don't know what that means. But welcome to the show, man. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Your boy is not closing down on 1K subscribers, and like I said, we are waiting on this the main event. You got your boy Errol Spence, who's moving up to another weight division after this 3-year layoff after the loss to Terrence Bud Crawford. He's getting ready to challenge Tszyu in his super welterweight in this championship fight tonight. Okay, Dallas Fort Worth. My bad. Okay, that's what up. Dallas in the house. Dallas in the building. Okay, so you definitely an Errol Spence fan. So give me your thoughts, man. Give me your opinion on tonight's fight. And like I said, you are more than welcome to come on up here, and I will bring you in if you want to come and conversate and come up here live and join the conversation. I got a few people that's going to join us tonight. We just waiting on this main event. Yeah, but I'm definitely a big Errol Spence fan, man. I lost so much money on his last fight with that Bud Crawford fight, man. I'm still recouping. So hopefully a lot of people, man, said Errol should have stayed retired. In my opinion, I say no. I thought he should have came back and fought, but he took his time, he healed up, and I believe he picked the right fight for tonight to be able to make his comeback. Nathan Johnson, 2152, said he's going to redeem his loss. I agree, man. I agree. I don't know if he will redeem that Bud Crawford loss, but I think he'll come back and have a great fight tonight. You know what I mean? Only way he can redeem that fight is fight Bud. You know what I mean? And I would love to see that fight, but that fight may never happen again. But at the end of the day, man, I would love to see him rebound and have a good fight tonight. At the end of the day, you got to start from somewhere. And Crawford is at that fight. Let me go back up to this last comment. Let me know if you guys can hear the commentary. I don't have it hooked up coming through my speaker, so I hope you guys can hear. Getting into the loss. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Getting to the law. Let me take these glasses off because I cannot see. Here, I'm gonna put that up. We're gonna put that up so everybody can see it. And then I'm gonna zoom in on it. He said after he beats Tim, he's going to call out Crawford tonight. I doubt if he call out Crawford, man, after that loss he took, man. It's gonna. I'm gonna be honest, and you have to be honest too, man. It's gonna take more than just this fight for him to be able to call out Crawford. He's gonna have to beat at least one or two more top names to be able to call out Crawford. You know what I mean? Let's just be realistic because I'm a big time Errol Spence fan. I lost You know, I lost thousands of dollars on that fight, on that Crawford Errol Spence fight. You know, I'm gonna just be honest. I became a Crawford fan after that fight, man. You know, it made me realize that, you know, and I don't know if you guys been listening to any of the press conference or any of the pregame talk shows or whatnot. You know, but you know, one of the things that Errol was lacking, man, in that last fight was movement. And I'm an ex-fighter myself, you know, so I can, you know, kind of talk about what he was lacking and what he was missing. But he was missing head movement, man. He was just pretty much just a sitting duck, you know, for anything that Bud threw, man. So he ended up switching trainers, and they talked about that today, man. You know, he said that the last trainer that he had took him to a level that you know, that he couldn't expand anymore. You know, that's why he let him go. You know, and I thought he was a great, excellent trainer. I just think that he did not have him prepared for this Terrence Crawford fight. You know, and I'm gonna be honest. You know, and I'm a big time Spence fan. He made Spence look like he was in a whole different class, man. You know, so in order for you guys to say that, you know, after this fight he'll be calling out Crawford, no. You know, he's gonna have to fight a couple of more fights. You know, maybe maybe a big name fight. You know, and you know, you got to think about it. What big names out there that, you know, that Spence can fight, that he can win, that will put him back up there with Crawford? And right now, I'm going to say nobody. You know, unless, you know, and you got to remember this weight division that he's in. Bud already pretty much don't dominate it. You know, pretty much all these divisions. So I'm gonna say no, man. You know, but this will be a step in the right way for Spence if he can come out and get this W. And Nathan Johnson said he's going to play it safe, on point. Yeah, you know, I agree. You got to play it safe, man. You know, but at the same time, he did not have a tune-up fight. You know, he wanted to come right back in there and jump in the fire. You know, so I give him all the credit in the world. Yep. So look, man, it's going to be a good fight. And then not only that, man, you know, he's going overseas. He's in this man's home home country. You know, the reps are going to be for Tszyu. The crowd is going to be behind these guys. So pretty much it's like United States versus pretty much Australia, I believe, is where they're fighting at, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. You know, but no, man, I don't think he can call out Crawford after this fight. I think Crawford is there. He's definitely there. He's going to be watching this fight. He's actually rooting for Spence to win this fight. You know, so you guys give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion on tonight's fight. What do you think, Nathan Johnson? What do you think Spence is going to do? Like I said, a lot of people thought that Spence should have stayed retired. You know, I thought that he still had a lot in him, you know, after that Crawford fight. I thought that he took too much of a long of a layoff, in my opinion. You know, but you can't blame him. He had family issues going on. The car accident, he had a lot of healing, and then he just had a lot of thinking to do, switch trainers. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, he's back. He looks like he's in tip-top great shape for tonight. You know, but my thing is, man, I want to see what Errol is going to bring different than he did not bring in that Crawford fight, man. You know, the difference in that Crawford fight, he was a sitting duck. He did not have no head moving. He was just coming straight on with that jab, and he thought he was going to overpower Crawford, but Crawford had a different strategy. You know, he was able to, you know, counter punch, and he's a great counter puncher, and he counter punched everything that Spence was throwing in that fight. You know, Spence was pretty much a one-dimensional fighter, you know, but don't get it twisted. You know, that boy went out on the sword, and in a couple of interviews that I heard today, you know, he was not stopped. They had to stop the fight. He got up and gave it all he got. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, he just was not the better fighter that night. You know, not Sandy, that he cannot beat Crawford. You know, he was just Crawford was just a better fighter that night. Yeah, man, but I just want to see. I want to see what's different. What Spence, you know, what this new trainer is going to bring different than what his last trainer has brought. to the table. I want to see some head movement. I want to see more combinations because I'm just going to be honest. And you really did not see many combinations in that Crawford fight. But Spence looked good, man. This weight looked good. They're talking to him now. Let me know if you guys can hear this. And getting lost in the script said, Spence ain't having nothing in the Crawford fight. And what do you mean by that? That he don't want nothing with Crawford. Because right now, I'm gonna just be honest, man. I don't think he want that smoke right now with Crawford just at this point, man. He got to get back in there, get his feet wet, and I think this is a good step towards that. Because don't get it twisted. Like Crawford said, man. He'll fight anybody for the right price. So that fight is not too far fetched. It's just really Spence, man, just got to get in there, prove that he's worthy of getting that rematch. In my opinion, I thought that he should have gotten right back in there. But he took that long layoff. So a lot of people is doubting Spence, but he's still an animal. He still has the power. He should have even more power moving up in his weight. Tim may be a little bit bigger than Spence, but but Spence is going to bring that power with him. And Tim Tszyu, man, he's coming off a few, not great fights himself. Yeah, so you guys give me your thoughts, man. Give me your opinion. I definitely want you guys to interact with me on tonight's fight. Like I said, I got a few people that's going to be that's going to be joining the conversation. I'm waiting on BJ3. He's going to be coming here joining us on tonight's conversation. But definitely give me you guys thoughts. Give me your opinion. What do you think tonight's fight is going to? What do you think the outcome of tonight's fight is going to be? Do you think your boy Errol, the Truth, is going to be victorious tonight? Especially after this 3-year layoff. He's looking good, man. Look, I can't. He's looking. I mean, his body he's definitely in great shape. I just can't wait to see the footwork and the head movement. And I'm gonna be honest, man. I hate that he had to get rid of his last trainer, but he even spoke about that. He said the last trainer that he had, he thought that he took him to a point where he couldn't grow anymore. And I'll be honest, that fight that he had with Crawford, man, he looked one-dimensional. He didn't have any head movement. He could not, he was a one-dimensional fighter. He could not counter back. He was just throwing just jabs and that's it. No combinations, no head movement. Pretty much Crawford picked him apart. And like I said, I hated to see that, because I was a big time Spence, still is a big time Spence fan. I hated to see that happen to my boy, but hopefully, he'll be able to, rebound tonight and make a towards step back at, redeeming that loss towards Crawford. Even if he never fights Crawford again, he still can redeem himself, and fight the best guys that's out there now. But like I said, I definitely need for you guys to interact with me tonight. I would love to hear you guys' opinion, your thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think about Tim Tszyu, man. He's the bigger guy. A lot of people are going for Tim Tszyu to win this fight. He's not no slouch. He has a lot of power behind that right hand. Has a great jab. He looks like he's going to be a lot taller, like he's going to have a hell of a reach. I can't wait to see the tail of the tape. But man, you got to give everything up to your boy Spence, man. A lot of people doubted him. A lot of people didn't think he was going to be able to. A lot of people thought that he should have stayed retired. But a lot of people thought that he should have had a tune-up fight before this fight. But Spence said he's better than that. He took his first loss of his career. It's not the end of the world. He didn't need a tune-up fight, so he's jumping right back into the fire. And that's what that's what make great fighters, man, at the end of the day. So I definitely want you guys to interact. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight, and I definitely need for you guys to hit that subscribe button. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away from 1K. It's a mission we set out less than 2 years ago, and we are right there. I cannot do it without you guys hitting that button. So I want to ask you guys that question. If Spence win this fight, who's next? Who's next for Spence that's out there? Let me go back to one of the guys that made a comment. Nathan Johnson. Who's next for Spence? If he win this fight. And if he win this fight big by knockout, in my opinion, I still think that he's a few fights away, a few big fights away from even, trying to call out Crawford. And it's a chance that him and Crawford may not even fight again. But I would love for Spence to get in there after this fight. If he go in there and look good, I would love for him to call out some big names, man. Get back in there, because we gotta keep it real. Spence, he's up in there in age. I believe he's 36, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 37. So, he's been off for a few years. So, the best of his career is behind him. Not saying that he couldn't have a great 3-4 years, going forward. But, at the end of the day, man, the best of what we saw from Spence is probably behind him. Not saying that he couldn't come back and win another world title and be a great fighter like the Spence that we saw a few years ago. But, at the end of the day, I think that Spence that we thought that was going to be, that Crawford, man, he missed that opportunity. But not saying that he couldn't get back on the top for where he was, man. Because it's a lot of stuff that you can question with that fight, But I take nothing away, man. Crawford, he was the better fighter of that fight. He won the fight, and I think we are one more fight away from the main event. I think. It is time for our ring walk as we welcome our box to the center. Yes, I think we are one more fight away from the main event. We started up a little bit early. I wanted to come right in a little bit right before the fight started, but it is what it is. Represented Australia at the Olympic Games in 2008 in Beijing. Let's have a very warm welcome. This is Ball Showtime. What the hell? I wish I could show y'all, but I don't want to get this copyright infringement. You got Paul Fleming getting ready to come out 28-1, 18 KOs. So hopefully this is the pre-main event. We had a few fights, a few main events that were scheduled, but few of the fighters pulled out some of these fights. So we don't have the full original fight card. Anthony Joshua fought earlier. I cannot say who won that fight because, like I said, I just got in and set up, a fight ago. He fought earlier. So I want to say what up, though, to everybody out there on YouTube. What up, though, to everybody out there on Facebook, everybody out there on Instagram that's joining us, that's watching the fight. We are live. We are waiting on the main event. You got your boy Errol Spence Jr. versus Tszyu in a super welterweight fight tonight. We're just watching these prelims, getting ready for tonight's main event. I want to say what up. I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Real Talk with Big Dave. Make sure y'all go over there to his channel, Real Talk with Big Dave, WIT, Real Talk with Big Dave, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. He putting out good content over there all the time, every day. So again, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Real Talk, WIT with Big Dave. You know, matter of fact, let me I'm about to try to bring him in too with us. Send my dog an invite. You know, but I want to welcome everybody to tonight's program, man. We are waiting on the main event. We getting ready to watch your boy Errol Spence Jr. make his 3-year comeback after that horrible, devastating loss that he took to your boy Terrence Bud Crawford, man. I lost so much money on that fight. I'm still trying to recoup from that. All right, I just sent the link out to my big dog, Real Talk with Big Dave. But what up, though, to everybody out there on Facebook? I need for you guys to look. I need for everybody that's watching me over here on Facebook, do me a favor. We are less than 50 subscribers away from hitting that 1K mark. I need for you guys to come on over to YouTube, go over to my channel, the What Up Dope Show, hit that subscribe button, and then you can come right back to Facebook and watch me from there. But I definitely need you guys to do that. Do me a favor tonight. We're trying to hit that 1K mark tonight. And we can do it if everybody that's watching over on Facebook come over here to YouTube and hit that subscribe button on the channel. We're gonna surpass the 50. We're gonna pass the mark that we need for the night. You know, but we can definitely do it if everybody on Facebook. I mean, yeah, everybody on Facebook come over here to YouTube and hit that button. You know, and I appreciate everybody who have subscribed to the channel thus far. We are like I said, less than 50K away from 1K. You know, but we are waiting on tonight's fight, man. I'm definitely a big fan of Errol Spence Jr., the truth. You know, he's coming off a 3-year layoff, man, a devastating fight, devastating loss to, you know, to a really pretty much, man, a Hall of Famer in Terrence Bud Crawford. It was a horrible fight. You know, I'm still sick over the fight. Like I said, I lost a lot of money. I'm still recouping from that fight. You know, and to those who I lost that money to, we definitely got to get that. I need that bet back. I need that money back. You got to give me a chance to get some of that money back. I lost a lot of money on my boy. You know, but my boy is making his comeback tonight. You know, hopefully he's going to be able to look good. You know, and impressive in this win tonight. You know, I'm predicting a knockout. You know, I think the truth is going to come out there and, you know, prove a lot of people wrong. You know, let me know, you guys. I don't have it coming through my regular speakers, through my Bluetooth. I have it just coming through the my sound bar and my TV. Let me know if you guys can actually hear this commentary from the announcers when I'm not talking. And now we move across the ring, ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans. Okay, sound like you guys can hear it. Let me send out another invite to BJ3. BJ3 is going to be joining us soon. BJ3 is normally my fight analyst that comes on here and you know, chop it up with me and you know, and give us you know, his commentary on these fights. You know, but we got this next fight coming up. Ahmed Rada, he's 8-0 with 6 KOs. New South Wales, Australia. He is the slick and stylish Australian lightweight prospect. When the action gets underway, referee in charge. Let's be. Okay, I sent BJ3 out another. Okay, so I believe, what time is it? It's 11:15. So we may be a fight away from the main event, but there's been some pretty good prelims. That's been fighting. We getting ready. We are at the start of another prelim. I'll give you the names in a second. You got Fleming versus Ahmadiyya in a 10-round lightweight bout. Ooh, shit. But what's good out there? What up, though, to everybody out there on Facebook that's watching the fight? Look, I need for you guys to come over to YouTube where we are at, where we're going live at, man. Hit that subscribe button. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away from 1K, so I can do it tonight. If you guys go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, then you can come back over to Facebook. Please do me that favor. We got a few people in there on Facebook watching. We got a lot of people on YouTube that's watching. And I need for everybody on Facebook to make sure you hitting that subscribe button over here on the YouTube channel. But yeah, you got a good lightweight bout right here going on tonight, man, with Flemings and Ahmadiyya. But giving you guys his thoughts, giving you guys his opinion on the main event. You got Errol Spence coming off a 3-year layoff after the devastating defeat, the devastating loss to Bud Terrence Crawford that he took 3 years ago. So tell me, give me your thoughts. What do you think Errol Spence is going to look like? Do you think he's going to be victorious? Like I said, a lot of people thought that he should have stayed retired. But in my opinion, Errol has a lot of fight left in him, man. I thought that this layoff, in my opinion, was too long. But the man is looking good, man. This is a pretty good fight. He kind of remind me of and I want to see a little bit more of him first before I say that. The one Arab boxer, and it come to me in a second. He was a flashy boxer that had all the head moving and all that stuff. He looked like he got some power though. But we got a lot of Houston H-Town in the house tonight representing, wanting to see what that boy Errol Spence is going to do tonight, man. Give me your thoughts. The comment section is open. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I would love to hear your opinion on tonight's fight. Interact with your boy. And if you want to come up here on stage and talk with me and chop it up, put your email in the comment section. I'll bring you up here. You're more than welcome to do the show with me live. I love to interact with people. I love to talk, especially if you are a good fight fan. You know what you're talking about. The fights, come on up here, and chop it up with your boy. We waiting on BJ3 to come in. BJ3 normally comes up here, and he's my right-hand man when it comes to talking about the fights. What the hell going on? Okay, that was the end of that round. Okay, so that was the end of the first round. Second round getting ready to come up. So what's going on out there, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday night tonight, man. That's what it's about. We hopefully you're enjoying and watching these fights, having a great night, man, with your family and your friends. That's what it's about. Just enjoying your life. Shit, look like I'm having a little technical difficulties. Let me see what's going on out there. Hold on, guys. Yeah, look like we having give me a second. I'm gonna try to get it together. Look like I'm having a Hold on, let me look and see. Hold on, guys. Yeah, we were having a lot of buffering going on the last few days. I don't know what's been going on, but hopefully that's straight. I definitely don't want to be broadcasting looking fuzzy or You know, a lot of interference, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, we're gonna work through it. You know, but it's been some pretty entertaining prelim fights tonight. I'm not going to say they've been the best of the best prelims, but it's been some really good young fighters that's coming up that's making a name for themselves. You know, like this young I gotta see his name, and I don't want to fuck his name up. Ahmad Radia. You know, he's young, he's strong, and he's thirsty out there. Lightweight. Prince Naheem, that's kind of who he remind me of. That's the name that I was trying to think of. Prince Naheem is who Ahmed remind me of. Redeem. And I see I'm still having a little choppy, having a little fuzzy out there. Let's go with this guy. Let's see just what he is made of. And that's why he finds himself now in the co-main event, obviously. But I mean, you see him here in a young career, including the Australian title, and now he gets the exposure that he clearly craves. Yeah, but give me your guys' thoughts. Give me your opinion on tonight's fight, man. We are waiting on the main event. We're waiting on Crawford and his Tszyu fight tonight. Spence is making his return after a 3-year layoff. You know, like I said, a lot of people thought that Spence should have stayed retired, you know, but in my opinion, I thought Spence should have, you know, gotten right back into the action after that loss that he took to Crawford, man. You know, but tonight he's going to try to redeem himself. He's going to try to prove all the critics wrong tonight. You know, but give me your thoughts, give me your opinion. Let me know, who do you think is going to win this fight? What do you think Errol is going to do? Should Errol have stayed retired, or was this the perfect fight for Errol to fight tonight? You know, because Tszyu, he's going to come out there and try to put a lot of pressure on Errol. He's the so-called bigger fighter, the so-called stronger fighter. But, you know, in my opinion, I think Errol is going to bring a lot of power up with him from moving up. You know, and I still see that I'm having these little buffering issues. Not buffering issues, but I see my picture's not coming through crispy like how it should. You know, but we're gonna work through it. Let me go check YouTube. So give me a second, you guys. Yeah, see, and that looks horrible too. So yeah, I'm about to try to adjust and see what the hell is going on. Let me close some of these apps that I got going on now. Probably got a lot of shit going on. So I apologize. Hopefully we can clear a lot of this shit up, you know, before tonight's fight. Man, that's crazy. Every time I come back, it'll clear up and then it'll go right back. You know, but I'm gonna try to work through this. I apologize for the little technical difficulties that I'm having. Hopefully it'll clear up pretty soon. It looks like it's coming in and out. I don't know what's going on, but you know, hopefully it'll clear up. You know, but give me you guys' opinion. Give me your thoughts. The comment section is open. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I would love to hear your opinion on tonight's fight. What do you think Errol Spence is going to do? Do you think he's going to be victorious, or do you think he should have stayed retired and just called it quits after that devastating loss that he took to Bud Crawford? So give me you guys' opinion. You know, what do you guys think on tonight's fight? You know, can Errol pull it off? You know, can he be victorious? You know, he's moving up a whole division, you know, to challenge Tszyu in this division. Yeah, but look, I need for you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, I'm going to keep saying it. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away from that 1K. We are sitting here waiting on this main event, on this Errol Spence and Tszyu fight tonight. We're going to be doing live full commentary on tonight's fight. And like I said, man, we are less than 50 subscribers away from hitting that 1K mark. And I definitely need you guys, everybody that's over here on Facebook, to please go over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and you can come right back to Facebook and keep watching from there. Yeah, so I keep looking back and forth because I'm looking over here on YouTube, man, and I'm trying to hopefully this fuzzy clear up. I don't know what's going on. You know, I do have a lot of stuff that's streaming over here, so I'm trying to eliminate a lot of the stuff that I got going on streaming, you know, to clear up, to hopefully clear up this fuzziness. You know, it looked like it may be cleared up. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard for me to see, but for the most part, it looked like it keep going in and out, you know. But I'm just sitting here waiting on your boy BJ3. I'm going to send him another invite. You know, but give me your guys' thoughts. What's going on, man? Interact with your boy. I want to know what do you guys think about tonight's main event, Errol Spence, Tszyu? You know, what are your opinion on tonight's fight? What do you think the outcome is going to be? You know, a lot of people thought that Spence should have stayed retired. They thought that, you know, the best of him is behind him. You know, but in my opinion, man, I think Spence has a lot more to give in the boxing world, man. You know, in my opinion, I think he took too long of a layoff. You know, he'll be able to get back in there and you know, get back to business. I think this will be a step going forward. You know, and seeing what Spence have left in him. Okay, I'm sending BJ3 another invite out. BJ3, if you're watching me, I'm sending you another invite out. You know, but look, you guys give me a second. I'm getting ready to check something to make sure that everything is going to be clear going this fight. I got to go check on some stuff upstairs, so I'll be right back.
Second one, I think in the board, you see if one can read up what Benny was showing there was a 1-2 uppercut. Because regardless of what he was going to do, I think that sidestep with the left and the Spence doesn't really back up. Got sidestep on his front. And the greatness in Jeff Bennett, right? If you watch, he showed him what not to do, and he showed him what to do. You know, and so when you want to avoid him, failed in the working on. That's a good sign for me, for you to probably ahead of a fight, seeing that Tszyu is actually prepared for just final little reminders. Yep.
Okay. I think we are good. We are back. I think I knew what it. I got too much shit that be going on over here all at once. But hopefully, I'm hoping that took care of the issue. Let me clear this out and come back. You know, but hopefully that took care of the problem. Let me know if you guys can. That still looks kind of choppy. Okay, we got BJ3 in the building. BJ3.
What up, Joe?
What up, though?
What's happening? What's happening?
Well, I was just trying to clear up some stuff, man. I've been having a lot of buffering issues going on. Are you watching me live?
I'm looking at you. You look blurry on my end.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm trying to clear up. I'm trying to clear that up. So, and I've been fighting through that for the last couple of minutes, trying to clear that up. I got a lot of shit that's going on over streaming.
Is it camera?
You know, that's taking down, that's having my shit buffering, but I'm still trying to work through that. So I'm still buffering. Tell me if I'm buffering now, BJ3. I'm trying to pull out. Let me close a lot of this shit out that I got going on. Huh?
It's looking better. It's looking better.
So is it better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Is it clear?
Yeah, you look good.
Okay. So I was watching it on Facebook. So I need not to. Okay. So look, BJ3, you may or may not be ahead of us. Give me your count. So am I clear, BJ3?
You look good.
Okay, so give everybody your let everybody know, man. First and foremost, introduce yourself to the show, and then from there, go ahead and give us your commentating. On this lightweight bout right now that we're watching.
Well, Burnell is my name. From the D, living in Southern California. um, boxing. Grew up with boxing in the family and all that good stuff. So it's not just about having conversation. We kind of know a little bit. We know a little bit about what we talk about. This fight, man. So here's the thing. This fight, and you usually are ahead of me, so I would assume that that's the case now. But this fight
Okay,
is between.
I'm at the end of the round right now, so I don't know if they're still going. My round just ended,
So
and it's
yeah,
going to the
I'm
fifth.
on round 4 with 50 seconds left in the round.
Okay, so I'm on round. So we just ended. We're going into the fifth round. So I'm a little bit ahead of you, but I
About
will
a
mute.
minute
Can
ahead.
you hear my background? Can you hear what's going on in the background?
Not now, but I did before. I
Okay,
did hear
because
the
normally I
background.
have it coming through my speakers, but I didn't tonight because I'm not watching it through my phone. I'm watching it on my TV, so it's not coming through my speakers. So, you guys may not hear me when I'm speaking, only when I'm not speaking. But BJ3, go ahead and
Yeah.
give us your thoughts, man, on tonight's upcoming fight. So it is coming up next. Give us your thoughts on this Errol Spence Tszyu fight, man. Errol Spence having a 3-year layoff. A lot of people thought that he should have stayed retired. A lot of people thinking this is the perfect fight for him to have on his comeback. So give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on tonight's fight.
All right. So tonight fight, I think that it's really like nobody really knows, right? He been gone for 3 years, but I will say that I don't think that the 3-year layoff hurt him because he needed to give his brain, his body, his mentality, his mentals. He needed to give all of that a break. He had a
Right.
lot going on from the car crash to his first defeat and the way that it happened, and then we finding out that he had bruised ribs, and I was just telling the wife like, well, Bud didn't beat him to the body. He beat him to the head, so that wasn't a reason. But anyway, but I think that this is one of those kind of fights that would be, if I was on his team, that I would think this is a good fight for him, only because you've seen um, Tim get beat and stopped um, recently while Earl was out. Tim was
Right.
taking some rough losses, and
Yeah, that's what I talked about right before you came in. We said Tim, Spence is coming off of a horrible fight of his career, and Tim is, coming off of two horrible fights, within the last few years
ooh,
too.
wait, man,
So
yeah.
it's going to be an interesting fight for both fighters. But go ahead, BJ3. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to iterate on what you
No,
were saying.
no, you good. At the same time, though, it could be, disastrous because Tim, even though he had his two losses, his two hard defeats, he had some cushion fights to kind of get his mode back up. But when you go through that and you look at those tapes and you figure out what you did wrong and what you need to do, what you need to do. They the type of fighters that collide. And before Bud, this would have been an easy fight for Earl, right?
Right.
Because Tim is the type of fighter that comes forward, and his goal is to try to do the same thing, break your will. And Earl was always better at that. Bud didn't beat him like that. Anyway, but now you know somebody else was saying like when you didn't took a loss for both of them, when you didn't took a loss, the way that they've taken losses, when things start getting rough, your brain goes to the last time you was in a situation like this. So you got to overcome that and continue to fight, or you just say like, man, here we go again, type of thing mentality. So it's gonna be interesting to see both of them because it can go. I think it's gonna be somebody gonna get stopped. I'm rooting for EJ. I'm a Bud guy, but I'm rooting for EJ. I never disliked EJ. I liked him too, but I just like Bud more. Um, I'm rooting for EJ, but it could easily turn into you ain't been getting hit. You ain't been used to, what's been going on, and you halfway in, halfway out type of thing. You're already thinking about what you're gonna do after the fight, retire or hang out with the kids, even if you don't retire. My man said that he said he said I know Spence ain't have nothing in the Crawford fight. He said, but so I heard somebody was saying that he gonna call out Bud. He don't want no parts of Bud. He ain't trying to. That's a fight
Somebody said that in the comments.
well, earlier. I'm looking at this comment
Oh,
right now.
okay.
I say, Spencer ain't have nothing in the Crawford fight. I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
But
no, that's old. Yeah, that was an old comment that I put up. But go ahead,
yeah,
BJ3.
no, he somebody asked him like what happened to the rematch. And they was like, well, we had a year. I had a year to do the rematch. He was like, I wasn't ready in no year, man. So I'm like, he recognized. So that's a good thing. So
And you
and
talking in
then
Errol
honestly,
Spence, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, I think if he get a win right here, I think that going into the sunset with a W, I would like that for him. Because after this, who we gonna fight? He done moved from 154 to 160. This fight is at 160.
Yeah,
Who
see,
we
and
gonna fight?
that's crazy that you say that, BJ, because we were just talking about that, and a few people in the comment section. And I'm going to try to see if I can bring it back up. They were talking about after this fight. If he win, somebody asked me the question, do you think he's going to be calling out Crawford? I'm like,
No,
fuck no. I'm like, he's a few big fights away from even thinking about calling
nowhere
out
near.
Crawford. He's been off for 3 years, 3-year layoff, and then and then let alone, he took a horrible loss to Crawford himself. So no, I'm gonna say no. He's a few
No.
fighters, and then who do we fight next after this fight? BJ3, you hit it right on the nose. So I'm like, what other names that's out there, that he can fight BJ3, besides like Charlo or one of the Charlo brothers.
He don't want to fight the Charlo brothers. Laura is at 160. I can't pronounce the dude name who ended up testing positive for roids or whatever. That Jacoby or I can't say it, but Bud was looking at him to fight to get the unification at
Right.
160. But when he tested dirty, Bud was like, I'm done. Ain't nothing else for me to do. So it's some people at 160, but my whole point is, like in EJ, I don't want to see him go through that again. And anybody after this, the next level, it's not gonna be good for him, man. It's not, and he don't like okay fights. He like big fights, and anybody after Tszyu at 160, it's probably not gonna end well for him. So that's what I'm saying. He get the win tonight. I think him going into the sunset with a W, feeling good on the end at the end, will be a good move for him. I think that'd be a good move
Okay,
for him.
and that sounds good, and that may not be like a bad thing for him, but in my opinion, BJ3, man, I think Earl
I
still
know
has a
that's your
few more
guy.
fights left in him, man. I think he just took too
Who?
much
Who's
long of
gonna
a
fight at
layoff.
160?
To come back and fight, but at the end of the day, man, it just really, we're going to judge it off this fight. If he looks impressive, and not saying that that Tszyu is a top snap fight that'll mean something in the boxing world, but I think what most people just want to see is how Earl is going to adjust to this next fight. See if he's going to have some type of head movement, see if he's going to adapt, or what new have he put in his arsenal after that Crawford loss. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people want to see how he's going to look. What techniques did he brought different to this fight? And I'm asking you that question, BJ3. Do you think that he's going to come out with a different style of a fight, or do you think it's going to be the same Errol Spence that we saw
His whole career.
3 years ago?
So somebody asked him about his why he left Derek James. He was like, I needed something different. I looked at my fights and I did the same thing. But that's him. That was his style. Jab, jab,
Right.
left, power left to the body, to the head. He wore you down, right? So
See, and not to
and
cut you off, BJ3, but I talked about that right before you came in. He said that his last trainer took him to a level that he didn't think that he could prosper, well, not prosper, but that he can advance, and I'm gonna say, I'll agree with him, because at that point in his career when he fought Crawford, he didn't really have, he was a one-dimensional fighter, I should say. No head movement. I really didn't see that many combinations. He was depending on that jab and that left hand, which worked for him. So I'm not putting any bad rep on his trainer, but what I thought, I just think his trainer didn't have him prepared for what Crawford brought to that fight.
Well, I'm not putting that on the trainer, because that was his style, right?
Right.
His style was wear you down and beat you up and overpower you. The Garcia fight, he did some boxing, and that shocked me, because I'm like, why wouldn't he manhandle this guy that's 15 pounds lighter than him? That was the fight he was supposed to manhandle, but he decided to box. But that's his style. So, like you said, I'm not taking nothing away from Derrick James for that training that he did, because it got him where he was. But as a boxing fan, I was seeing the same thing that Bud's team was seeing, and he comes straight ahead. Anybody that comes straight ahead, Bud is not going to be Bud. Even Canelo, that's why he didn't care. He didn't do no hydration clause, rehydration clause, and none of that. He's like, it don't matter. I'm not going to be standing right in front of him. So that's the kind of fighter that Errol just murders, and that's the kind of fighter that Tim Tszyu is. So Tim Tszyu is the same type of fighter. He like to do the same exact things that EJ do. So are we going to see something different? We might see something different for a round or two, and then once he get hit, his muscle memory,
he's gonna go back to what he know best. And Earl even admitted, man, that fight against Crawford, man, he was flat-footed, and he was one-dimensional. He didn't do nothing different. That's the type of fight he was, and that knocking that type of fighter he was, but Crawford,
it didn't work against Bud. No.
It didn't work against Crawford. Put it that way. Listen, most people know I'm a big time Errol Spence fan. I lost a lot of money on that fight. I lost money to you. I lost money to my brother. And a few other people that fight. So I was shocked. I was devastated in that fight. But it showed, man, that. And I'm not going to blame it on the trainer, because you have to put a lot of blame on Earl too, man. He's a skilled veteran. A lot of things that if he felt like his trainer, wasn't putting in his repertoire, they should have worked on that. You know what I mean? So we'll see if this new trainer that he added, will implement that until it's his style of fighting tonight.
I mean, in reality though, Ronnie Shields is a great trainer. He's a different look, but Earl already has a great jab. Right? He comes straight ahead. So what can Ronnie Shields really teach him to change his style? He boxed when he needed to, when he wanted to. Let's say that he boxed when he wanted to. I didn't see a whole lot of boxing. The Garcia fight was one of the only fights I seen him kind of box a little bit. But he had the skills, but he liked to beat people up. So what's he gonna do different?
He's gonna have a lot of head movement, BJ3, and then he's gonna have to throw more combinations than just that plain 1-2. Because he's lying on that 1-2 just wear you down.
That's easy to see. Jab, left.
1-2. And that's pretty much what he was bringing to the table. And it was working for him. You can't get mad at him for that. My thing tonight, what I want to see, man, I want to see more combinations. I want to see more head movement, and I want to see more, more. I want to see more body movement on, like, say for instance, if Tszyu come out there on the attack, I want to see Errol Spence be able to be more on the defensive, and then to be a counter. I want him to throw counter shots. That's what he was lacking in that Crawford fight. He was not able to counter fight. He was not able to protect himself.
Right. No, he definitely wasn't.
He took a lot of fucking shots in his face show.
Yeah. That's why I said he didn't get beat to the body. So if his ribs was messed up, which they were obviously, it wasn't the body that he got beat up by. It was the head, like you said. His face showed that
Yeah,
it was.
and then another thing I want to see, I want to see how his face absorbs a lot of these punches, man. Because let's keep it real, man. He looked it horrible, like he was getting hit with motherfucking metal in that fight. So I don't know if it got to do a lot with this accident, how he swole up in that fight, or if it was just Crawford just whooping his ass, man. Because he swole up like I've never saw a fighter swell up, man. It was almost unrealistic.
You think the accident had something to do with it, or you just think Bud was hitting him and moving? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
No,
he had
and I'm
he
not,
had
and
taken no hit, no
I'm
face shots
far
like
from
that.
trying to blame anything on the accident. I never tried to throw that up. But what I'm saying
Uh,
is, man, like I don't know if he got any type of metal plates or anything like that
he
up
definitely
in
got
his
some metal
head
in his
because
face.
he looked it
He definitely,
horrible.
yeah, he did. He ain't never took no face shots like that much in one fight. So his face
Yeah.
showed it. His face showed it. Whether it's metal in there, I'm sure it is though. I'm sure he got some metal somewhere.
Yeah, because his face, it looked like it really looked like he had fought Tommy Hearns and them. He looked like Martin and Tommy
Like
Hearns fight, like
Martin,
a real
yeah,
live Tommy Martin
right.
Martin from Tommy Hearns when he fought that fight. I couldn't believe it. I was embarrassed
Yeah,
for him.
right. Yeah, he looked bad, but
Yeah, so
yeah,
man,
he
at
took
the
a
end of
lot of
the day,
shots,
man,
man.
hopefully this new
A lot of
training that he
shots.
got, implemented head movement, man, and a little bit of defensive man technique in there, because he was lacking that, and then foot movement. He got to get up on them toes, man. Get some
No,
bouncing.
that
He
one
was
that ain't
not
his style. That
footed.
was never his style though.
Yeah, but
But you're right. I'm with you. I
in
like I
order
like
to
what you're saying.
be the best, man, you got to put that in your style.
I like what you're saying. You're right because when you go up against somebody that just coming forward don't work against, you have to be able to have some head movement.
At Pat time at part time Jigga said looked like Martin did on the one episode. Yeah, I agree, exactly like that, man. Because
Yeah, he
for the
did.
most part, man, he was a standing target, a sitting duck. No head
Yeah,
movement. He wasn't doing no shoulder rolls, no nothing, no countering. He was just coming straight ahead. And what I will say, man, he has a
that was
heart
his
of a lion.
style.
Because he did
Yeah,
not give up. They had to
he
stop
didn't.
him from pretty much
Knocked
getting his
out.
ass whooped.
He's about to get
So he
knocked out.
got up every time. He did not give up. He definitely has the
Yeah.
heart of a lion. But he definitely was outskilled. He was outmatched that fight, man. So really, what I want to see in this fight, BJ3, I want to see some head movement. I want to see him bouncing on them feet. We definitely need to see something different. Because if he's the same fighter
This fight over?
from the past, he might as well have stayed retired.
He is this fight over? Oh, he just walked around
I
the
don't
ring
know.
before he
It
sat
still has
down.
two
Okay.
232 left in the 10th round, I believe. I mean, not the 10th
No, it
round,
ain't.
but the
He just
seventh.
walked around the whole ring. He just walked around the whole ring before he sat down. All right. So yeah, everything you saying, man, you sound like you need to be a trainer. Everything you saying, he needs to add to his repertoire in order to go to the next level. Because everybody, I'm looking at
Oh, that's Yim Thim. What up, though, Yim Thim? What up, though, my baby?
uh, the champs, the
I'm looking
champs
at you like
at
it's Yim. What up, though, my baby? Give me your opinion, Yim Thim. Thimby Hall in the place to be part-time gigger. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight, man. What do you think the outcome is going to be? Do you think Errol Spence is going to make a comeback tonight, or do you think he's going to be the Errol Spence of the past from that last Terrence Crawford Bud fight that we saw? Like I was just chopping it up with BJ3, and I'll let you continue, BJ3. But in order for him to continue to go on to be the great Errol Spence of the past, man, he's gonna have to add head movement. He's gonna have to, like I said, add combinations to his repertoire, man. And I think he'll be able to be able to go back on, man, and be the great fighter that he was of the past. I think this 3-year layoff took a lot from him. I'm not gonna say he'll get back to where he was, but we may see him fight for another world title. But go ahead, BJ3.
so everything he did up until his last fight was what he needed to do. It worked for him because nobody made him do anything different. Right now, the at 160, You have Laura, the WBA champ. You have for the WBC, you have Carlos Adames, and then Janabek at the WBO. The IBF is vacant. The ring is vacant. So you're right. He may have a chance to fight for a belt, but the three names that I just named that have belts at 160,
Right.
you have to have head movement. You have to have good defense. You have to be able to throw counter punches and combinations, or they will put you back on your ass. So
Right. You
that's
know,
why I'm saying Tim Tszyu is good, but anything after that at 160, it may not be a good thing for him. So
yeah, and we'll see tonight, man. I think tonight will let us. I'm not going to say let us know everything that we need to know about his comeback. Because it's only one fight. And this is not. Is this for a belt, BJ3?
no, because they was
Okay,
they
so
was
this is
fighting at a catchweight.
so this is
Tim
just a
Tszyu got
10-round bout.
belt. This a 10 round bout. It
Okay, so
might
yeah,
be. It might
this
be a
this is
12
pretty
undisputed
much this
championship
really
fight.
this is a tune-up fight. Even though he said he wasn't taking a tune-up fight, this is a tune-up fight. In my opinion, he's moving up another weight class. I think it's a big I think it's a big step up, because in my opinion, I'm looking at Tszyu now. He looks a lot bigger. I'm not saying he looks more stronger, but he looks like the bigger fighter out of the two. And he looks like he's probably can be like that. He's probably going to come out there a lot more aggressive and trying to see what Errol has in these first two rounds. So give me your opinion on that, man. Tim Tszyu is going to be the bigger fighter. Do you think he's going to be able to dominate Spence? Who's going to dominate this fight, BJ3?
Well, I think they both gonna come out. I think they both had the same type of style, and somebody is gonna get hit. And the first one that shows that they feeling the remnants of their last defeat, the other person's gonna be able to take advantage. It can go either
Okay.
way. I think Earl can beat up on him or vice versa. If Tim jump on him and Earl can't really handle the pressure right off the top, Earl gonna be in trouble. He gonna be in trouble, and vice versa.
Okay, and I'm
Tim got some smashes going on too, and
right.
his last defeat. So we'll see.
Right, and I agree with you on that. I'm gonna read out a few comments. At part-time
Okay.
gig, it said, "Man, I hope that the old Spence shows up, but I think there is something still off with him. I'm rooting for him though. Like BJ3 said, if he wins, he should go out in the sunset. But if you win, man, why not continue? And I'm not going to disagree with you guys.
You don't want to get smashed again and go out on that. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but look, man,
fight.
that's the name of the game is boxing. I mean, you win some, you lose some, man. He lost a fight. That was his first loss of his career. Even though it was a horrible, devastating loss. He took an L, and hopefully he learned from that, and he'll be able to, like I said, this fight implement. Oh shit! This is a good fight right here.
Yeah, they fighting.
And I really been paying attention to this, but hopefully with this new trainer, man, he'll be able to implement a few things that he was lacking in that last fight, man, and be able to rebound from that. Because even you just said to BJ3, it's a chance that he could be fighting for a world title, maybe within a year or so.
Yeah, 100%. I agree, but then everybody that's champs at that weight class, I wouldn't want to see him. I wouldn't want to see them do it to him because I like Earl, and if he fight anybody that has a belt at that weight class right now, it's probably not going to end well because they're not going to stand there and let him do his jab, left hook, jab, body shot. Because I said this before the Bud fight. As long as you let him throw punches, he gonna mess you up. But when you start throwing punches, he kind of go in his shell. He don't really do a whole lot. And that's the three champions at 160. That style is not gonna work.
Okay,
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But the IBF is vacant. And these boys fighting. Both of them from Australia.
Yeah, it's a fight. Oh boy,
let's talk about this.
Okay, so that must be it. Okay, so this is it. This is the last. They both look like a Rocky fight.
They fighting. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
This
a good fight,
card,
man. And and
this
really, I wasn't
card.
even paying attention to that fight until the end, but that was a really good fight. But look, man, we are a few minutes away from the main event. We've been doing a lot of talk. We've been doing a lot of speculating on what we think Errol Spence may look like. We've been doing a lot of talk on what we think Tim Tszyu is going to bring to this fight, man. Don't get me wrong. Tim Tszyu has a lot of power behind that right hand. He's a great fighter. He's going to be the bigger fighter out of two, But at the end of the day, man, I think Errol Spence will be able to bring a lot of power with him moving up this weight class, So I think it's going to be an interesting fight, man. And at the end of the day, I think this is the fight that he needs to see. Crawford is in the building, man. He's there at the fight, so he's going to be watching this fight. I don't think he's ready, to come right back and fight Crawford or nothing like that, But at the end of the day, man, I think if he can get that title, I think Crawford will come out and retire, man. For that money, like Crawford said, he'll fight anybody for that right price.
That ain't. He wouldn't even want to do that to Earl. But look. For one, I got two questions. For you.
Go ahead.
One, why you keep saying Tim Tszyu is the bigger fighter? And then here's the other thing.
And what I mean by that, and height and with that reach.
Because they both was 154 fighters, their last fight. So they both moving up to fight at this fight because it was supposed to be at 158. And then they said, bumper, let's just go to the next weight class at 160. So they both moving up.
What I mean is height and reach. I think he has the height over Spence and the reach.
Okay. So what you think about this card though? Because two of the main events, the co-main and the one before the co-main, those fights went away. Charlo couldn't get his visa together, and I was gonna look it up and see why. I think it had something to do with
how the fuck, nigga, you a world class fighter and you can't get your visa together. That makes no sense.
Legal status. They didn't let him over. It ain't had nothing to do with him. I mean, it did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It must didn't have nothing to do with him then. Because how you not gonna have your shit together if you's you a fighter, a world class fighter. Yeah, but we are minutes away from the main event, you guys. The time is here. A lot of people thought Spence should have stayed retired. In my opinion, I thought he should have jumped back into the fire, man. But he's back in there tonight. Hopefully we're going to see a good action-packed fight, man. I want to see, what difference this new trainer is going to have in Earl, and that's what I really want to see mainly. The body looks good, man. He looks great. How old is Earl now? Is he 36 or 37, BJ3?
So I could look it up. So it says Charlo couldn't travel to Australia because the Australian government denied his visa. Let me see. Reject her visa application.
That's crazy.
And denial stamp. Legal back. It just says background issues. They don't say why.
Yeah, he must have had some shit on his background that they didn't allow over there.
Yeah, maybe some domestic. I don't know. I'm just saying. So Charlo was one of the fights before
the main event, right?
And then Stevens, he didn't make the weight. He was 6-7 pounds over the weight limit. So they had to rearrange this whole card.
Yeah, I know. We was talking about that the other day. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I had two of the main cars that pulled out. But it is what it is. I think most people wanted to, watch this card to see this, this main event that we're getting ready to see with Spence and Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What's our weather like out in the Midwest, dog?
So yes, the main event is getting ready to come up, y'all. If you are not fight fans tonight, it's going to be a great night for you to become fight fans. Hopefully, we're getting ready to see an action-packed fight. We're getting ready to see the truth. Errol Spence Jr. make his 3-year comeback after a horrible, devastating loss to Terrence Bud Crawford. 3 years back. So a lot of people thought that Errol should have stayed retired. He's coming off of 2 horrific car accidents. Not making no excuses. Because he's a warrior, man. I like I said, I thought, in my opinion, BJ3, that this was too long of a layoff. But it is what it is. Fighters go through things. You have family issues that's going on, and he just had took these 3 years off to hopefully heal up and repair himself and get his mind together. And be able to add new technique and implement that, and get prepared for this fight right here tonight, BJ3. So BJ3, man, it's getting ready to go down, man. Give me your thoughts. I don't know if I asked you who's going to win this fight, but give me your give me your thoughts on this fight. What do you think it's going to go a 12-round decision, or who's going to win? Who's going to stop who? And I'll give you my opinion after you give me your thoughts.
I don't think it's going to go to decision. I think it's going to be a stoppage one way or another. I'm rooting for Spence to win. Wish I was. I was actually, I don't know if you can hear me, but wish I was.
The weather here, it's been it's cooled down a lot. We've been in the mid 70s, like low 80s.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, I dropped.
Probably lower than that. Like we've been in the 70s all week here.
Okay, we up in the in the hundreds with humidity. So yeah, man. I think I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for
like a few weeks ago.
I know. That's why I was asking, because we'll eventually get that. So yeah, I'm going for EJ, and I think it's going to be a stoppage. I don't think it's going to go, because the way they fight, they styles. I don't think they styles are going to let them go the distance. Somebody's going to
agree.
Impose their will on the other person at some point. Somebody going to have to get stopped, or the ref going to have to jump in.
Okay, so meaning that both of these fighters have the same kind of similar styles. Who you think is going to be aggressive? Who you think is going to control this fight, BJ3?
I think that Tszyu is going to jump on Errol early because he's been out. He's been out for 3 years. I think you have to. He ain't been in no major fight for 3 years, so you got to jump on him to see if he really want it. But if Errol can weather the storm, if he has any of the attributes that you said that he need to add to his repertoire, the head movement, the combinations, the slipping, the feet movement, if he can do any of that, then he'll be fine. Come 3rd, 4th round, then we'll be able to see him impose his will and start breaking down Tszyu. But if he can't, it's gonna be early. It won't be a late one. If Errol go out, it won't be a late one.
And we're gonna turn it around. Give me your keys and your thoughts on Tszyu winning this fight, BJ3.
Jumping on Errol and staying on him, being relentless, throwing a bunch of punches, a bunch of combinations, just jumping on him every round, the first 2 or 3 rounds, to kind of kill his will. And I think the 3 years was good for Errol. I think the 3 years was good for him.
Now tell me why you say that.
Because again,
because in my opinion, I thought it was too long of a layoff. Hopefully he did a lot of sparring, but we're gonna probably see a lot of rust.
He stayed in the gym
from Errol, with that 3-year layoff.
He stayed in the gym, and if you kind of kept up with him, he been in shape. Like he didn't do the Adrian Broner, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't all fat and out of shape. He looked good. Like a year and a half ago, he looked good. He been in the gym. He stayed in the gym. So mentally though, you know what I'm saying? He had to get his mentals over what happened, and then his body needed to heal up from everything. I think, and then he got a new focus. He got to see what it felt like to go out the country with his girl, go out the country with his kids, go out to do different things and see different things. When you fighting, they get pulled out of school. Like they ain't really in regular type schools at doing what they do. They going out the country, out of town to fight. So he was able to live a regular, normal life and kind of enjoy things. Just kind of find his footing in life. And I think it was good for him. I think those 3 years was good for him.
Okay. All right. Well, look, man. At the end of the day, I'm picking Spence. Like I said earlier, I thought the 3-year layoff was too long. I would have gave him maybe a year to take off after that loss, and I thought he should have got back in there. But you can't tell a man what he should do or how to handle his career. So I give him all the credit in the world. He's back. Hopefully he can come out there and give us something different from what we saw in that last fight. Because I think Errol is a great fighter. He's in my opinion, he's a Hall of Famer. 3 different titles, and I believe in 3 different divisions, if I'm not mistaken. Or just 3 world titles. That he's won. So look, man, he really doesn't have anything to prove to no one. That was his first loss of his career. It devastated him. It devastated a lot of people. It surprised me.
Yeah.
What it did though, it made me a Crawford fan because I really was not a Crawford fan at that point. I was a big time Errol Spence fan. And I'm not going to say I disrespected Crawford, but I overlooked Crawford in that fight, man. I had no thought that, Crawford was going to be able to do what he did to Earl. I thought Earl was going to be well equipped, and then that fight showed that Earl didn't have the techniques that he should have possessed to be able to win that fight. So I want to see in this fight, BJ3, I want to see the new techniques, what different these new trainers is going to add, how Earl is going to approach this fight, meaning that he pretty much stopped, knocked out in this last fight. Because that means a lot, BJ. 3. Even though Earl was a world-class world champion, man, he's coming off a devastating loss. He was stopped. So he's going to be a little nervous going into this fight, BJ3.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. That mental is going to be there. What happened? Like, oh man, you see it in different football teams and basketball teams when they lose. They used to losing, and not that he used to losing. I'm just saying they used to losing, and they get up on the team and they doing pretty good, and then the other team start coming back. You could tell it in the psyche, like they're like, oh man, here we go again, and that's how it is with fighters. He didn't took both of them. Then took some major beat downs, and if it start going ugly, the mental has to be like, I can overcome this. This ain't Bud or this ain't Fundora or the Russian dude that stopped me. I can overcome this and I can keep fighting. I've been here before, but I know what it takes to overcome it. So the mental's got to be different because if they start reverting back to, man, I remember this feeling the same feeling with the last time I lost, they're gonna be in trouble.
Right. Well, look, they got Tszyu getting ready to come out first. This is a 9-title fight. This is a 10-round bout. Super
10 rounds.
Super welterweight bout, 10-round bout. So we got your boy Errol Spence getting ready to make his comeback off of a 3-year layoff against Tszyu. I just want to see, man, an action-packed fight. I want to see both fighters, because both fighters are coming off losses. But this is a step up for Spence in weight. So a lot of people want to see how he's going to handle this weight. Because a lot of people, and Errol even said, he had problems, and we won't. I won't even bring that up and make excuses about him trying to make weight in that last Crawford fight. He got his ass whooped and it happens. So hopefully he can rebound from this fight, man, and and get back in tip-top world-class shape, man, and get back into in these world-class title fights, I should say.
So tell me this, because his last fight was at 147. He's fighting tonight at 160. Do you think he should get back after this fight? He should get back to 154 or stay at 160? Because 154 is.
I would stay at 160 because at the end of the day, man, once they hydrate, he's probably walking around at least like 175 right now.
180 easy. Yeah,
easy.
Yeah, 175, 180. Because 154, you don't want no smoke down there. Them boys is
he
was put him in there with Virgil Ortiz.
He was maybe like a year already that he should have got out of that division anyway.
Yeah.
But it's getting ready to go down, man. We are here. They're getting ready to bring Tszyu out. Your boy Errol Spence, they're giving him the respect to come out. I believe second, meaning that he's the challenger. So I'm gonna be quiet
All
and
right, so
let you
you ahead
guys
of
hear
me.
the introduction.
You ahead of
Hopefully, you
me.
guys can hear it. We got Jimmy Lennon Jr. Is the ring announcer.
Hey, let me ask you this. Do you think after the fight, Earl gonna shake his hand?
Yeah, I think after the fight they'll shake hand. Because at the end of the day, and Earl explained to that, we getting ready to fight. It's not nothing personal, but that's how it is when you prepare for a war. So I think at the end of the fight, he will give him the respect that he deserves and shake his hand. Win or loss.
Win or loss? All right. Because he
Yeah.
said, I heard him say both. I heard him say, I ain't shaking his hand after the fight because Tim been talking a lot of retirement talk.
Mm.
But when they was sitting across each other from the table, he was like, look, that's what I'm supposed to say. And he was like, you're right. He is supposed to talk like that. So I ain't mad at
Yeah.
him.
Right.
Yeah, you way ahead of me. Like you way. You know what? Let me switch channels. It may catch up if I go to a different channel because I got two channels to check on.
How he coming out to Eminem, man? Some shit from the U.S.
Who coming out to Eminem?
Tim
Tszyu
Tszyu,
coming out to
man.
Eminem.
He's supposed to be coming out to some shit from over there. Where they
Hey,
at? Where they at? In
his psyche. His
Australia?
psyche, man. He playing.
Right.
Yeah, he playing with his psyche because the last time he got his ass whooped, this the same. Oh, this the same exact song that Bud came out to. This is the
Oh,
song
was it?
Bud came out to.
Oh,
This is it
wow.
right
Hell
here.
nah. Okay, yeah. So he trying to get in his head. Okay, so
Yeah.
part-time Jigga made a comment. He said fighter who can capitalize. Now, what you mean by that? Part-time Jigga fighter who can capitalize off of this fight? Which fighter can capitalize off of this fight the most? Here, let me put that up. What do you think he meant on that, BJ3?
He's saying same thing we both been saying. Whoever can take advantage of the other person,
Will capitalize the
psyche,
most?
they gonna be the one that win. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
All right. See, and what I
Because
meant,
it's
the
gonna be
bigger fighter, he looked like he may have 2 or 3 inches over or I can't wait to see the tail of the tape because he looked like he damn near like 6'1" or 2.
Tim
I
ain't
know
six-footer.
I know he's probably not that tall, but he looks like that. You know what I mean? He looked pretty tall.
Right. Huh? Excuse me. Yeah, man, you ahead of me, dog. You ahead of me. A
Okay,
good
so
minute
Spence
still.
looked sharp in the first 3 to 4 rounds, moving well, landing the jab and getting to the body. The layoff may not matter much, but if he's hesitant or timing is off, Tim Tszyu is the type of fighter who can capitalize. Okay, I got you part-time Giga.
Man, I'm gonna have to mute yours because you ahead of me. Not a lot though.
Can you hear comment? Can you hear Jimmy Lennon Jr. coming through BJ3?
Yeah, I hear him. I hear him in my ear. Then I hear him on the TV 30, 40 seconds later.
Okay, they got Earl getting ready to come out. 21-8, 22 KOs. Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah, you can't knock his style. It just didn't work against Bud, and that's what I was telling. That's why I made a nice penny for that fight. I'm like, dude, he gonna stop him. They're like, what? I was doubling bets, nigga. I was betting niggas and doubling. Like, okay,
I know
we double.
you did. Yeah, I'm down. I think a few hundred to you alone just on that fight.
I'm like, he gonna stop him because
But
he
yeah,
comes
man.
straight ahead.
I'm not gonna say I don't like the way Earl look, man, but I would like to see it. Okay, there you go. Throw some punches, man. I want to see you look a little bit more enthused coming out. Because he almost kind of looking like, I'm not gonna say looking like how he looked when he came out that last fight, but yeah, get ready, my baby. Let's get it.
Hold on, let me hear this. Let me see what you're talking about.
I'm gonna hit mute and let you hear your and I'll let you commentate a little bit, BJ3, since you're behind.
Did you a statement from Errol Spence, who has embraced that culture? Archie Roach sings him to the ring.
Okay,
so yeah, you about 15 seconds behind me, BJ3. All right,
Okay.
my boy getting ready to come out. I wish I could show it live, you guys.
Look at
Hopefully,
that.
you guys are able to watch it live, but we are definitely going to do full fight commentary. Can't show it live
Okay.
because of copyright issues, but
He's
you know, your boy Errol Spence is coming out, man. He's looking real good. Would like to see a little bit more sweat coming from him, but you know, at the end of the day, he's a veteran. You know, he knows what to do. He knows how to get out there and handle himself. But both fighters are. Earl is getting ready to
Hey,
enter the ring.
so look at this. So check it out. So here we go. We got Tszyu came out to Eminem, and Errol Spence is coming out to some indigenous people. They got the face paint, the body paint. So he's
Right.
coming out to stuff from people over there. Earl is. So
Okay.
that's interesting. That's interesting. Very relaxed music. Very relaxed music. Very relaxed. Like he's soaking it up. He was saying one of the things that he didn't get a chance to do is just enjoy the wins. He just kept going. So he's soaking this up. He's enjoying, full house. He liked being over there. He messed around. The way he been talking, he messed around
Okay.
in the house.
And I was wrong, BJ3. They're both 5'9". He actually got the Errol Spence has the height and the actual reach. So I was wrong. Well, maybe he's the skinnier of the two, and he just looked taller.
I don't
You know,
know.
so they're pretty evenly matched, all the way around
Yeah,
with
size and
the
everything.
height, the jab, and everything, all the way around. I got to look at the weight again.
Well, they're not gonna show they're not gonna show today's weight, but they both
Right. I'm
both
just saying when
weighed
they
in
weigh
at
in. Right,
159.
exactly. Yeah.
Both weighed in at 159. Yeah,
Right. Okay. There we go.
that was yesterday. We know how that goes.
Right. So here we go, you guys. Both fighters are in the ring. Jimmy Litton Jr. getting ready to announce both fighters. I'm gonna be quiet, let you guys hear everything coming in, and then we'll go to comment do full fight commentary.
I'll turn mine down because I'm behind, so I don't want to mess up first.
In association with Premier Boxing Champions and
I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away from 1K. I can do it tonight if you guys are
Less than
hitting that
50?
subscribe
Let's
button.
go.
So hit the subscribe button and help your boy out, please. Everybody over on Facebook, make sure you go over to make sure you go over to the YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Then you can go back to Facebook. My bad, BJ3. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to share it. Where do I go to share it to get that? You need the 50 you need the 50 people on YouTube.
I need people that's over on Facebook watching me to go over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Who's not subscribed already?
Did you put it in your stories?
We less than 50 subscribers away from hitting that 1K mark. So I want to be able to hit it tonight. And I can do it with you guys hitting that subscribe button over on the channel over on YouTube. Here we go. It's getting ready to go down, BJ3.
Oh, it's going down. I gotta find I lost the thing on. Oh, there we go.
Pay-per-view across the United States on BBC, pay-per-view on Prime, and around the world on DAZN.
Shoot.
From beautiful Harbor City in Sydney,
Hit the wrong button.
it's showtime.
He just said it's showtime. Let's see.
Yep, he just said it was showtime.
Introducing you first on wearing white trunks with gold trim, proudly representing its fighting family tradition from Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at 159 pounds or 72.1 kilograms. He is undefeated on Australian soil with a record of 27 wins, 3 losses, and 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Australian Warrior.
D, did you put it on your Facebook stories? If you put it on Facebook stories, I can share it. I'm trying to figure out how to share it.
I put I didn't say nothing about the subscribers or nothing like that. I just
Well,
talked
just
about the fight
put
on.
that you on. Put that you on because
You
I'm on
said-
Facebook right now. So if you put in your stories, I can share it right now. And I can say, yo, come to YouTube, check us out. Come check us out on YouTube.
Okay, I will. I'm give me a second. I got you before we end it. Look like Errol Spence got a big following there. Look like a lot of US people came over there, or he got a lot of family and friends that who came over there with him.
Let me see how to do a screenshot.
And tonight he is making his Australian debut. And it's highly anticipated.
How to do a screenshot on the microphone.
Okay, man, he looked good. Errol looked good, man. You can tell he picked up some weight. He's a lot bigger.
There we go.
Right.
The truth. Have you been having a lot of buffering with your with the fight so far, BJ3?
Nope. I got 2 channels, so I've been going back and forth.
Okay. Cause mine are buffer like every maybe 40 seconds. But look, man, we got a few people here and watching. I need for each and every one of you guys, and those that's watching me over on Facebook, please come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Those that's watching on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscription button. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away. But here we go, round 1. And we talked about who's going to be the aggressive. It looks like Spence is coming out, popping that jab there in the middle of the ring. Spence threw that 1-2. He's still, to me, looking flat-footed. Tszyu is looking to kind of be the aggressive. He's coming forward, and Errol is popping that jab. So, he doesn't have any bounce. He's looking a lot flat-footed, like he did in that last fight. But we'll see. This is the first round. They're going to do a lot of filling out in this first round. So Errol is popping the jab. Tszyu is looking for an opening. Has not threw a punch yet. Just threw a jab. But Errol is trying to throw up top, threw a few shots down low, but really no one has landed a clear shot yet. I tell you what, BJ3, Tszyu is not scared. He's actually stalking Errol Spence.
Yeah, he coming straight ahead.
Yeah,
Errol doing this. He do the jab, body shot, so he mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, see, and this is where Errol gotta not be flat-footed, man. And bounce on them foot, because right now he's flat-footed. He doesn't really have any bounce, and he's really just throwing that jab. And Tim is looking to throw that right hand.
Hey, I like Errol. He took it.
Okay, good left hand by Errol.
But moving a little bit. He moving a little bit.
Yeah, but I want him to have a little bit more bounce though. BJ3, he's still looking flat-footed with no bounce, and that was a good left hand hook by Tszyu to Spence. Spence got to throw. He got to keep that right hand up.
Okay, Spence trying to catch him with the left.
Yeah, Spence got to keep that right hand up because Tszyu is looking to counter with that left hook.
Left hook or right hook? Because they.
With that left hook, Tszyu is looking to counter with that left hook. Good right hand, good left hand by Spence. But like I said, BJ3, he just got hit with a right hand. Errol has to have head movement, no head movement at all. He just got hit with another right hand. He looked like he's hurt. Spence looked like he got hurt by that right hand. So, like I said, man, he got to have some head movement. Then he just came back with a left hand and looked like he hurt Tim.
Oh!
So it looks like he's recovering, but he definitely was hurt, BJ3.
Yeah.
But he came back and looked like hurt Tim. But, he's holding. It's a good first round, man. 10 seconds left. I don't know who I would get this round to. Spence was the aggressive. He landed more shots, but I think Tim landed the more power shots in this round. So this was a good first round fight, BJ3. And I think now what we talked about Errol having a lot of more head movement, he needs to have head movement in this fight, BJ3, because he took a hell of a right hand and it definitely hurt him.
And the way he moving towards.
I told you he's flat-footed.
He flat-footed for sure.
Yeah, flat-footed as fuck and got caught. You will see right here. He got caught, but he came back with a good right, but got caught.
Yeah, he flat-footed, but he gotta know that he's southpaw. So
yeah, that right there, that caught him.
Right,
I don't even know how he allowed that to happen. Yeah, right. So you know, and he was able to rebound. He was able to come back from that. But look, Earl has to come out in this second round, man. He can't come out flat-footed. He has to come out with some head movement. You know, pop that jab.
I guess he was off balance.
You know, for the most part, he looks like the same Errol Spence that when he fought Crawford. That's it.
But he landed some good lefts too, though.
No, he did. I mean, I'm not saying he looked bad, but you know, I want to see some different shit. You know, when you get hit, I want to see a little bit more bounce. I want to see some more combinations because right now, BJ3, he's only throwing that jab in that left hand. That's it. No combinations, no left hooks, no nothing.
He ain't got no bounce, dude. He ain't gonna have no bounce. That is his style. He got to move the right way though, because he can't move right into that right hand.
And he got to keep that fucking left hand up, man. Look, he got to keep that left hand up, BJ. It's wide open to that right hook and to that left hook. So he got to keep his guard up. Oh man, he's looking. I'm gonna be honest, man. Some of these punches that he's throwing, he's off balance, and he doesn't even look right.
Right.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah. He keeping the jab out there, on him.
Yeah, I mean, he's popping the jab, man, but I want to see a little bit more bounce. And it's kind of like what you said, BJ3. When you get hit, you kind of go back to what you know best, your old memory muscle, you know. And I do not like how he's putting his head down. You know, Tszyu look like he got a heavy right hand, man.
Yeah. Tszyu can't keep letting him. See, the thing is, Earl is hitting him too. So it's just a matter of one of them left hooks that Earl throw, or one of them straights that Earl throw can change the game too. But already it looked like
I agree, man. But look, I just said he just got hit with another right hook, man. These hooks, look, I don't know if Earl are not seeing these hooks come in, and they're coming in left and right hooks. You know, so he got to keep both arms up. These hooks are coming in and they're landing and they're hurting. You know, no combinations. You know, in my thing, BJ3, I just wanted to see some different shit, man. He's just throwing really, you know, a jab, and a left hand. That's it. No combinations, no hooks up top or down low behind the left or right hand. You know, and he's flat-footed.
He's throwing some body shots though. I'm gonna tell you what I see different. He's grabbing. He'll throw some punches and he'll hold. Earl is rushing in. He grabbing. Then he backs up, so he kind of stops.
Now, you want me to tell you who he looked like? Who he looked like? This style of fight? Who he looked like? The guy that he beat. What's the guy that's doing the commentating? The black guy. Good shot by Spence. Spence just landed a good left hand. The black guy that's doing the combination. That's the style of fighting that he's looking right now. He's not. To me, he's not even. I'm gonna be quiet, man, and just watch a little bit. But what's the one black guy that he fought?
Oh, that's a good left. That's what I'm saying. He can't. That's a good left from EJ. That's what I'm saying. He keep landing those. It's gonna change Tim's perspective.
Yeah, it will, man. But I just want to see. I want to see a little bit more bounce, like how he's bouncing now. Have a little bit more bounce in your step, you know, because at the end of the day, BJ3, man, he's still standing right there in front of Tszyu. You know, if Tszyu throw a straight right hand and a couple of hooks, they're open, and it's been open all night, man. And don't get me wrong. You know, I'm a big Spence fan, man, but he's standing right there in front of in front of Tszyu when Tszyu already hit him with a good left hook and pretty much hurt him in that first round. So I just want to see a little bit more head movement, BJ3. That's all. That's it.
I give him 1-1, and the fighter that I say he looks like Holyfield. And
that was a good left hand. That was a really good, and that was the best fight, the best shot of the fight for Spence was that left hand, and it was on the butt.
Hey, you hear what Shields telling him? He's saying the same thing. Give me some head movement. You can't just be coming straight ahead.
And that's what I'm saying, BJ3. I can't hear the commentators because I'm talking, but listen, if he's saying what I'm saying, he's exactly right, man. You know, because that right hand combination is open all. Really, the left and the right hook is open all day long for Tszyu. Spence better put them guards up because they're both down.
His hands way down here. Yeah, he don't have his hands up.
Yeah.
He don't.
I don't know what the fuck why his trainers ain't told him that. Put that motherfucking jab hand up.
Hey, but he
See, oh, and he just tried to
punches
come
and
in with a
grabs.
motherfucking uppercut. Oh, okay. I don't know. I missed that, but yeah, man. You know, I don't see. I'm gonna be honest, BJ3. I don't see anything different from Spence fighting
Woo!
style from his last trainer to this trainer.
A little bit. He grabbing more.
I mean, he
He
grabbing
doing a
more
lot of
because
body
he
shots. He doing a lot of body
a
work.
fighter that's just
But
as
it's the
big and
same.
strong
It's
as
the
him.
same launching. He doing the same launching. His head down. He doing.
Yeah, and the
It's
same
Earl, man. That's who
flat-footed,
he
man.
is.
You know, and I'm not. I'm kind of disappointed on how Spence looked. You know, and it's only round 2. You know, things can turn around.
What you want him to do? It's how he fought his whole life.
I know, man. You know, but if you get rid of your trainer to bring somebody else in, man, you definitely have to implement, and we want to see those implements that was put into your arsenal.
Right.
You know, because I'm gonna be honest, right now, Spence is looking very, very tired in this second round. Very tired and sluggish. If you look at him, BJ3, he looks very, very tired.
Oh,
Spence.
you think?
You know, because he's throwing a lot of punches, and I'm not gonna say he's landing a lot, you know, but you know, every time you throw a punch, you know, it's gonna take away from your energy level. And Tszyu, he's been kind of composing
He hit
himself
him
and
on
that
the
throwing a
head
lot
too.
of shots and waiting on that one shot, man.
Tszyu hitting him on the head a lot too. But that's because
Yeah,
Earl throw a jab and then he go in for the hold.
yeah.
Earl doing a lot of holding. So far, I got it
Okay.
1-1. I gave
Now that
Tim
was a
the
good
first
combination.
round.
Yeah, I just want to, and I'll give you that
He did
1-1. But you know, he's still throwing a lot of and I do not like his defense, man, at all. You know, but he's still just throwing a lot of one shot combinations. Yeah, his head movement is horrible.
And his hands are down. He not blocking. He not doing no blocking.
Yeah, he throw hooks with his head down.
Yeah.
And he just got
He
hit with
kept
a good straight right hand, BJ3. That may have hurt him. His nose is bleeding too. That straight right hand is there for Tszyu all day. He got the nose bloody of Spence. Spence is bloody, man, and he's actually hurt, BJ3. That right hand hurt him. You know,
Right.
no head movement. He's backing up. I think Tszyu know that he's hurt with that right hand. Spence got to get a little bit more bounce. You know, because really BJ3, only thing that he's throwing is that straight jab, and that's it. And he'll throw a left hand, you know, every
Another
now and
right.
then
Another
behind it. But
straight
look,
right.
as you see, BJ3, he was hurt with that straight left hand. I mean,
He
that
was
straight
winning
right
the
hand by Tszyu.
last 10 seconds. I'm on 12 seconds for the round.
Yeah.
I said Earl had the round until the last. He took like 3 or 4 straight rights this last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, I'm a little nervous for Spence. You know, that's my boy. I'm watching this fight. I'm trying to be, I'm not gonna say biased because I'm going for Earl, you know, all day long. He's an American fighter. He's my guy, you know, but he got me a little nervous in there, man. He's taking a lot of shots, BJ3. And that right hand, old boy Tszyu got a heavy right hand.
Yeah.
You know, my thing, man, if you're gonna switch trainers, man, you know, and level up, you know, in my opinion, I want to see a little bit more bounce, a little bit more pep in your step, and I want to see a little bit more combinations, man. You know, to me,
it ain't gonna happen in one fight, though.
Right, and I agree, it's not gonna happen in one fight, but you know, show me something. You know, to me, he's looking like the same fighter of past. You know, and not saying that that's a bad thing, BJ3.
He doing some things different. He's grabbing. He's
I don't like how he throwing that fucking jab, man. How he reaching and throwing his punches. He
that's
don't
how
look.
He been doing it. You're right. That's
yeah,
old.
that shit don't look. That shit that I've never saw him throw punches like that. That shit look horrible.
That's how he throw his punches. That's why
man, that shit is horrible.
Was on him. It just worked before.
Yeah. See, and now I think I'm gonna be honest, man. I think kind of Tim has figured out Earl.
It don't look good for Earl.
Yeah, he's starting to throw uppercuts in close. I think he's trying to catch him with this uppercut. BJ3, if you look, I think Tim is trying to catch him with an uppercut because he threw one earlier, missed, and then he just threw another one. Because Earl is coming right in with his fucking head down, not looking.
He's coming in with his head down. Yes, he's getting him all the head.
And that uppercut is going to hit him right on the button if he don't fucking lift his fucking head up. And he's flat-footed, and he's standing straight ahead with both feet ahead.
The only thing that I give Earl is if he catch Tim may
Yeah,
be in
he gonna
trouble.
have to
But it don't
catch
look
Tim
like
because I'm gonna keep it real, man. Look,
that,
Tim looks
the way
like
that
the
it's going
better
like this,
fighter out of the
he gonna be
two. Earl just
he
looked
gonna
like he
stop
may
him.
be the stronger fighter, but Tim looked like he's landing the stronger punches out of the two.
And Earl getting hit on the head because he throws punches and he lean his head down. So
Yeah,
when Tim
and
throws
listen, now
punches,
Tim is
he getting hit on the
countering
side of the
now,
head.
and Earl has no defense for a counter. He's not rolling. He's not doing anything, man. You have to be able to roll and catch punches and throw shots back, BJ3. He's standing right there in front of this man getting hit with shots. That's what happened. That's what happened to him in the Crawford fight. You know, the only difference between Tszyu and Crawford
Oh my
is
gosh.
Crawford was just a little bit more faster and had more technique.
He on him. Tim on him.
Yeah,
And
now he's trying to turn
every
that
time he
switch
throw
up.
that right, he landed. He landed every time he throw that right.
Yeah, and now
Yeah.
he's trying. And you a little bit behind me, BJ3, but he's turning the pressure up a lot on Spence, man.
He on him. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
rough.
know, and
It's
Spence,
rough.
he better keep that right hand up, man. You know, like I said, BJ3, I'm looking at this fight and I'm feeling real nervous for Spence, man.
Yeah,
He just hit him with a great
it's a
body
12
shot
round
to the
fight,
body.
man. They champions. They ex-champions. They don't do 10 rounders. This is a 12 round fight. This is not going. It don't
Yeah,
look
so
good.
normally a 12-round fight is for titles.
Yeah, but when you fight 12 round fights, you still fight 12 round fights. And both of
No,
these
I
guys.
get it, but normally 12-round fights are title fights.
Yeah, I got you. Oh,
You know, yeah. Hey, listen, BJ3, I'm a little bit ahead of you, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm nervous for Earl, man. He looks tired. Nothing looks like it has been added to his arsenal. You know, I'm just gonna be honest, man. Tim looks fresher out of the two. He's doing more combinations out of the two, and Earl's just standing right there, man. Pretty much, he's a sitting duck.
Same as he always have
been.
Yeah,
man. Listen,
he's
you
just
know,
been able to overpower people.
And like I said, man, he got me over here nervous, BJ3. I'm over here nervous, pervers. You know, which I don't have any money on this fight tonight. You know, but it's kind of putting me. It's kind of putting me in a, you know, in the mind of that last fight, man. You know, it's. I'm not gonna say it's looking like that, you know, but you know, listen, Spence got to put that. He got to keep that right hand up because that fucking. Tim is trying to set him up with an uppercut. He's trying to let Earl run in, but now he has Earl backing up. So now what Earl got to watch out for is these hooks because he's landing both left and right hooks. You know, Earl is just standing right there, no head movement, no combinations, and now he got Earl backing up. You know, but mark my word, man, he's trying to catch Earl running in there with an uppercut. You know, but now I don't even think Tim is even afraid of Earl. I think he's took the punches. Yeah, he's not. I think he took Earl best punches, and he's actually trying to stop Earl. That's what it looked like to me.
Earl can't,
you know, because now Earl is hitting and holding.
Earl's not doing anything to stop Tim's aggression
at all.
And that's not a good thing. He hitting him with lefts, he hitting him with rights. This could be, yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, and maybe a lot of people was right, man. What round is this, BJ3? It's still early in the fight, man. But you know, at this point, you know, Spence have not really impressed me. He's starting to look very sluggish in this fight. You know, and maybe that's from the 3-year layoff. But you know, at the end of the day, man, he's not really effective in this fight. And to me, I think Tszyu is winning this fight.
Yeah, man. I think he go ahead and I hope he don't get stopped, but I say go ahead and
man. I hope he don't get stopped.
Go back to what you was doing.
Yeah.
Go travel. Go back to what you was doing, dog. Yeah, my I just got kicked out. I might have to go back in.
You know, but at the end of the day, man, you know, look, Spence is one shot away from ending this fight. You know, both fighters. You know, but at the end of the day, man, I thought that I was going to see something different from Earl, meaning that he got different trainers in there working with him. You know, trying to get a different technique, trying to get a different rhythm from what he had in that last fight, man. And for the most part, he actually looked worse than what he looked in that Terrence Crawford fight. He just haven't been knocked down yet.
His him leaning with his whole body, his whole head, when he throw punches, that right there, that's killing him. That's getting him beat right
Good
there.
left hand by Spence. But his punches that he's landing is coming far and few, man. He's just throwing punches that really is not even, landing or having any effect on Tszyu
None. He ain't phased by his punches
at all. And you can see in Tszyu, he's coming forward. He's not really respecting, anything that
punches,
that
but
Spence is doing right now.
Nowhere. They ain't really.
And Spence is tired, man. He's doing a lot of holding when they get in close.
He been doing that. He throw a punch and then he grab, but then he leave his hands down and he got his head out. If
he just got hit with a good fucking left hand, Spence did. Ooh, and that hurt it, BJ3. He's definitely hurt. Okay, this is the end of the round coming up. Look, man, his trainers got to get on him. Like, look, we need more combinations. We need we need for you not to be flat footed, and we need more bounce, man. Because at the end of the day, he's getting out punched and he's getting beat. But look, I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The comment section is open. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. What do you think Errol Spence looked like? Do you think he's improved since the last fight? Who do you think is winning this fight? In my opinion, I think Tszyu, is winning every round besides the first 2 rounds. And I'll give Tszyu maybe the second round. So he may be even winning every round besides that first round. So I'm not impressed with the way Spence is looking in this comeback fight, man. It's showing that this 3-year layoff has a lot of rust on him, BJ3.
I don't think it's the 3 years. I think it's his style, man.
Okay.
Just like Deontay Wilder, that right hand got him where he is, and that's what he used to doing. And it ain't a whole lot that he gonna change.
That fucking hook, and he hit him with 2 of them. Go ahead, I hear you, BJ3.
EJ is used to doing that, leaning with them shots, and his head was always right there. Nobody just never took advantage of it.
What the fuck, man? Like he just don't look. Something look off about him tonight, man. He's doing a lot of fucking reaching. He's almost looking like an unskilled fighter out there. And I'm just gonna be honest, and we know Spence is a world-class fighter, but the way he's throwing these punches and he's just reaching it. And just off foot and flat footed, man, he does not look right. There you go. He's trying to put a little step in his pet, but really, man, he's still flat footed.
And his hands are down.
And that head is down like a motherfucker. How can you even see anything, Spence? Because he's getting hit with that fucking right hand. In a minute, man, them eyes are getting ready to be swelling up because he's getting hit with a lot of shots, BJ3.
Right.
He's starting to go to the body a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, Tszyu is the more aggressive. He's landing the more shots, the more power shots. Just landed a great body shot to Spence. He's actually backing Spence up. And it's rare that you see Spence get backed up. BJ3, he's normally aggressive. He's actually hurt BJ3.
Yeah,
he just hit him with a right hook and that hurt him.
And body shot.
He's still standing there fucking flat-footed. Get the fuck up out of there and move around, man. Give him angles. That's what he's not doing. And low blow by Spence.
He got his hands down. He keep his hands down. Hands down.
Man. I hate to say it, BJ3.
And body
if
shots.
He can't do nothing to turn this around, man, he's probably.
Oh my gosh.
What round is this? He's probably going to get stopped.
The ref just paused the fight to see if he all right.
Yeah, but it was a low blow, I think. He threw a low blow.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. That looked.
Oh, he just got hit with another one. Listen, BJ3, no head movement.
No head
listen,
movement. Oh my gosh. Combination left, right again.
Yeah, see, look, I tell you that if Spence is not going to be the aggressor, man, he's getting ready to get stopped.
Another left, a right, straight right to the head.
And then he's throwing lounging. Yeah, he looks horrible out there, BJ3. He's throwing wild hooks that's not landing at all. He looks almost outclassed, like how he looked outclassed in that Terrence Crawford fight. I'm gonna be honest.
He looked bad, man.
He looked horrible. He looks wow, bro. That right hand is there all day long. See, look, listen, if Errol don't turn this fight around and be the aggressor, he's going to get stopped.
He can't be the aggressor. He ain't facing
listen.
Tim.
Well, if he can't beat aggressive BJ3, he getting ready to be stopped.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Straight right.
listen.
Chasing
His
him around
corner
the
may
ring.
throw the towel in, bro.
Yeah. Well, his
Because just
dad
look at
go
this. I'm
around
gonna be
trying
quiet
to-
and I'm gonna let you analyze because you should be at the end of the round. But look, bro,
It's at the end.
he's hurt.
Yeah, he don't look good at all.
He's hurt
Everything that he's been doing has been exposed, and now it's not working.
at
He
all,
throwing them
bro.
shots, throwing them
I
shots,
feel
his head
feel
out there.
sorry for him, bro. You know, and this is my guy.
Yeah, he
You know,
getting
but
his
I'm just
ass-
gonna keep it real, man. It is what it is. You know, he's definitely been exposed. You know, I'm not gonna, I can't say I'm not gonna say Terrence Crawford didn't expose him. You know,
Ooh.
because pretty much he was
Definitely
exposed
did.
in that last fight. You know, but you know,
Yeah.
I
All
don't know
his
what it
flaws
is, but
came out.
Tszyu, man, he looks like the bigger fighter out of the two. BJ3, what is it?
He's calm. He's comfortable. He's at home.
And now he cutting the
He's
rope. He
focused.
cutting the ring off on him now. BJ3. He got he got Spence
He own him.
literally running.
He own him. He own him. Yeah, he got him
He
running.
own him, and you a little bit behind me, bro. But it's almost discouraging. I almost the corner probably is gonna stop this fight soon because he got him running, and he actually just setting him up for this fucking right hand. That's probably getting ready to happen.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, Tim is on him.
You know, and this is
Stalking
supposed to
him.
been,
He's
you know,
stalking him.
U.S. versus Australia, man. He
And
looking
the three
horrible
dudes,
out here.
the other two didn't even make the fight. They didn't even make it. Yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad.
It's
Beating
real
on
bad, you know, and that's why I say he cannot continue fighting, being backed up because he's going to get stopped. You know, he only have one style of fight, and that's going forward. So when he's getting backed up and get hit with shots like that, that means he's getting hurt and he's getting hit with a lot of shots. So right now he has Tszyu on the ropes, and that's what he got to do to win this fight. BJ3, he cannot allow Tszyu to continue to back him up.
Man, Tszyu hitting him with lefts to the body.
Listen,
rights
I'm with you. I'm right there. It's horrible,
rights
bro.
to the head, lefts to the head. He hitting them with everything. And you said Tim on the Tszyu on the ropes.
Now they go a little head moving. Now they moved it around. I see a little head movement, but you know, man, right now Tim is really filling him out, bro, for the stoppage.
Everything he throws hurts EJ.
He just got hit with a motherfucking right hand that really I thought that was about to put him down. Wow, Spence. I'm almost embarrassed, BJ3. Look, I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. If you guys are watching this fight, man, Spence is making his 3-year comeback against Tszyu, man. He's looking horrible. It looked like he's getting ready to be stopped. You know, he's flat-footed. He's not throwing combinations. He's just throwing that jab and that left hand. You know, but that left hand is landing firing few punches. He's actually running.
Yeah.
You know, and Tszyu is the aggressive. He got Spence, you know, on his on his heels.
On his paddle. He moving.
Yes, with that left hand is
but
down,
he moving and he moving with his head. He moving with his head first, leaving his head out.
And the fucking left hand and right hand is down, BJ3. What the fuck?
His hands are down.
Both of his hands is down.
Here. It's crazy, man.
Listen, this is crazy that his corner is not telling him like, what the fuck is you out there doing?
Is though. He like, dude, he is on it, but ain't nothing he can do because my goodness, he hitting him with everything. He just walking him down. He look like Freddie Krueger.
Pretty much BJ3.
Like Jason,
he's lost every round since that first round.
He just walking him down.
You know, look, I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You know, we watching Errol Spence versus Tszyu. 3-year layoff from Errol Spence, man. We thought he was going to come back energetic with a little bit of step in his pep, bounce, man. You know, but in my opinion, you know, and this is my fighter, man. I lost so much money on that last fight that he fought in, man. You know, it's almost embarrassing to see Errol out here, man. A lot of people say he should have stayed retired. And after this fight, man, he's probably going to retire and stay retired after this.
Yeah, ain't nothing he can do. Like, even if he catch Tszyu, hurt him, put him down, he still.
Because at this point, BJ3, he needs a knockout to win this fight.
Yeah.
And at this point, a knockout is not going to happen because he hasn't hurt Tszyu at all this fight. And like I told you, he's starting to swell up. That left eye, that right eye is swelling up.
He doing a little head movement. He getting out some of the way.
Oh my
He ain't
God!
catching all of
Listen,
them.
BJ3.
He ain't catching all of them, but he still got his
Yeah, he's
hands.
doing a little
his
head
hands
movement, but even
down
that little head
and his
movement
head
that he's
out.
doing, man, is slow as fuck. That was a good left hand by Earl. Good left hand hook. You know, but he got to come forward, BJ3. He cannot continue fighting this fight, going backwards with Tim landing the shots that he's landing, because really
He
only
can't
Tim is doing
move
is throwing
Tim.
that 1-2. He's really
He
just
can't
doing
move
a
Tim,
stiff
man.
1 and 2 landing shots, and then digging to the body every now and then. Because Earl is standing right there in front of him, right there for the 1-2.
Right there in front of
That's
him.
it.
Right there.
1-2.
With his
If
hands
you
down.
look at
and his
it,
head up.
BJ. Only thing Tim is doing is throwing a 1-2, and then when he get close, he'll dig into the body.
He hitting him with everything.
It must have been another low shot he's warning Earl now. You know, but look, he's going, he just hit Earl with a hook, and Earl may have been hurt or was off balance. Yeah, but if you look and notice, that's all Tim is doing is just throwing a 1-2, and that's it. And when he get close, he'll throw a hook to the body. And he's hitting it with every time he's throwing it, pretty much he's hitting.
What in the world?
You know, but we got a few people watching. Look, give me your opinion. The comment section is open. What do you think Errol Spence is looking like? If you guys are watching this fight, you know, it's almost embarrassing how Errol is out here looking. He looks like, you know, a shell of himself. He looks worse than he did in that last fight. The difference is he just hasn't been knocked down yet. He's taking a lot of shots.
Yeah. He getting hit with everything. Everything Tim throw, body shot, head shot, uppercut, hooks, jabs, straight shots to the body, straight shots to the head. Everything he throw, he hitting him with it. And he coming forward.
And at this point, BJ3, he's tired as fuck. I don't even think at this point he got the power to even stop. I'm not going to say he can't, you know, hit him with a shot to hurt him, but I don't think at this point he can hit Tim to hurt him at this point. Because Earl is tired, man. He's spent. He's just trying to make it through this fight at this point, BJ3. You know, and it's hard for me to watch Spence get backed up like this. You know, and yeah, you know, he's just throwing simple 1-2s, man, and they're landing. He's walking him down. You know, and Spence is throwing that lazy fucking jab out there. You know, with no
he
left
damn near
hands
running,
or
man.
hooks or nothing behind that.
He damn near running, man. They need them. I'm gonna say they probably go ahead and need to stop it, man. You did good, man. You tried your best. You came back. Take your ass.
They're probably not going to stop it unless he get knocked down. But yeah, man, it's almost to the point where
the way he moving out there,
you almost want to say just throw the towel in, man. You know, because
let's just say
it's horrible, man. You know, and I never would have thought that. You know, and a lot of people were saying, you know, after this fight, he's going to be calling out Terrence Crawford. No fucking way.
No.
You know, he definitely need to get rid of these motherfucking trainers that he hired, you know, and get back to business, man, and maybe get someone else different in, and maybe even go back to his old. I'm not gonna say his old trainer, you know, because you know,
this ain't got nothing to do with trainers, man.
It don't have nothing to do with trainers, but at the end of the day, man, if you brought new trainers in to work with new technique and put new technique in, and he said that, you know, we have new technique, we have more head movement, we're going to be throwing more combinations. I saw none of that, BJ3.
Listen,
I actually saw less of
what Ronnie Shields is telling them to do.
No, I'm not doubting that's what the corner is telling them, you know, because I'm really not hearing what the corners, you know, but he's definitely not listening to what his corners is telling him. You know, I don't know if it's from Tim Tszyu putting this pressure on him in these shots.
Ronnie Shields is saying, throw the double jab, feint, be first, get out the way, put your hands up, move your head, be first and get out the way.
Yeah, he's just
standing right in front of him. He's standing right in front of him, doing that same with his head down.
Yeah, it's almost hard for me to watch this fight, man. What round is this, BJ3? Because they got the rounds cut off.
They got it on 9. Oh, he about to. Oh,
he can't grab his head.
Well, he running and he grabbed him. I mean, yeah.
BJ3, man, really, Errol Spence is just trying to survive this fight. That's it.
He is. He just don't want to get knocked out. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. He's just trying to stop from being knocked out. He's trying to prevent
That's it.
from being knocked out. But for the most part, man,
Right.
he survived this fight. He's not even looking to actually win this fight.
Nah, man. And then what his head is, it's crazy that he keep doing this. His head is out and his hands are down.
See, and look, if you see the
And he's
movement
backing
that he's
up.
doing now that he's running, that's the movement that he should have fucking been doing, you know, by going forward, winning this fight. See, and they just said that the movement is he need that movement, but now you're running with that movement. Go forward with that.
He don't even know how to
movement.
do that movement because he's still moving his head when he's still leaving his hands down, his head down when he try to get out the way. He
Yeah,
still
you know,
ain't
because
doing
at this
it right,
point,
but he
man,
moving.
I'm gonna be honest. After his corner need to be telling him like, Earl, you need to knock out from here. You know, hopefully he'll,
Can't
you
do no
know,
knockout. He's trying to survive.
yeah, that's it. He's trying to
Trying to
survive.
survive.
But this round, he's picked it up a little bit more. He was a little bit more aggressive, but you know, for the most part, man, his power is not there, and he's leaving himself open for these right and left hooks.
Everything. Body shots, head shots, hooks, uppercuts, straight lefts, straight right. Oh shit. An overhand right just hit him. Oh, and he blocked
Yeah,
that.
man.
And another
You know,
overhand right.
and look at the movement that he got.
Oh, another
being,
right.
Being chased.
In the world.
See the movement he got being chased. It looks great. Now, if he just got hit with a good 2 right hands. If he can have that same movement going forward, being aggressive, that's what I want to see, BJ3. Not moving backwards, getting hit, you know, like how you should be moving forward. You just got to get hit with another 2 right hands, BJ3. Yeah, it's horrible,
He
bro.
with everything.
Yeah.
But I don't want to miss the fight.
Yep. So look, man. Let me go over here on YouTube. We've been on Facebook for a while. Go on YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He just sizing him up.
Yeah, that's it. He's
This is bad,
sizing him
man.
up with that jab like this. BJ just trying to catch him. He's just throwing that 1-2. That's it all day long. Yeah, and that's it, man. You know, but look, I want to thank everybody who's been watching the fight, everybody who made a comment. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel thus far. You know, continue to please hit that subscribe button. Your boy is less than 50 subscribers away. Hopefully we'll. Oh my God, that was a hell of a right hand. You know, but hopefully we'll get that tonight, man. You know, I'm disappointed. It's been a. You know, he's been outmatched. I'm highly disappointed. Look, he swole up. I told you, BJ3, he's pretty much both of them eyes is getting ready to be shut. You know, but at this point, BJ3, I'm quite sure his trainers have told him you need a knockout. But for the most part, Errol is trying to, you know, stay from being knocked out at this point.
Yeah, Tim on business.
It's horrible, man. He looks outclassed even for this fight. Now we talked about the Crawford fight. He looked outclassed, outmatched. He looks outclassed, outmatched, and even this fight and these right hands that Tszyu was landing, it's horrible. He's going to be so swollen up from this fight, bro.
Left
He's
hooks,
going to almost look exactly
right,
like how
right.
he looked in that last fight because we still got 3 more
uppercuts.
rounds.
Man, Tim hitting him with everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
them right hands is just going straight through.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Body shots, left hook, straight right, another body shot,
man.
another right hook, left hook, right hand,
Okay, good left
body
hand.
shot, right hand, right hook. He hitting him with everything.
Yeah,
left
he's
hook.
swole. Good, another good left hand. Okay, good left hand.
Man,
He hit
that
him with
left
2
hand
good
is
left
crazy.
hands so
He
far,
ain't even-
BJ3. But you know,
he ain't
for the most part, man, I think the power that Spence did have to knock him out is pretty much over with. He's trying to hold on, trying to prevent from being knocked out. It's horrible. You know, it's
got 3
almost
rounds.
what's the word that I'm looking
Wow.
for? Me trying to watch this fight, BJ3. It's almost horrible to witness this, man.
It is. What it
You know,
is.
but and I doubt a lot of people were saying this, but you know, Earl, this show, Earl,
That's 'cause he's running.
his
just
better
throwing my
days
punches.
is
You
behind
turn your
him.
head,
Oh,
don't
that
mean
was
I
a good
can't
left
throw my
hand. He just
punches.
caught Tim with another one. You know, but in my opinion, his better days are behind him.
That's 100%.
I think what you said, BJ3, that Crawford fight exposed him. Earl is a one-dimensional fighter. I think the best of what we saw of Earl, we saw the best of what Earl had to give us. And
Yeah, that was it.
not taking nothing away from Earl. He's in my opinion, he's still going to be a Hall of Famer, world-class fighter, one of the best that ever did it. But he waited. I'm not going to say he waited too long, but his time just came, man, and that's it. Every dog has his day, man, and this is Spence Day.
Tszyu Day. Earl only had belts at 147. He had a great career at 147. Right now, this is it.
Well, I thought he had two. I thought he had 2 world titles, but I could be wrong.
If he did, he had belts. He had multiple belts, but it was all at 147.
Okay, I thought he at least had in 2 different weight divisions. But yeah, man, this is 11th round coming up. Earl has lost, in my opinion, he lost every round besides the first round. He's swole up. He's tired. I don't think he has nothing left in the tank to be able to pull a knockout. The only thing I think that he can do is take this fight at least 12 rounds, for a decision, and he's going to lose that.
Yeah.
So look, man, it's going to be interesting to see where Earl goes from here, but most will advise him, and he'll probably go home, watch this fight, and probably call it quits after this, because at the end of the day, BJ3, and we talked about it, we like, where do we go from this if he win this fight after this? Because Tim is not the fastest out there, he's definitely has power behind those punches, but he's not fast, and the competition is only going to get stiffer and faster as he go.
And Tim, even though Tim is on him, he walking him down. Tim is not the most vicious either. If he had somebody with that with that dog, he would have been out of there already.
Yeah, man. Certain people make fights, but this definitely he just got caught with a right hook. But yeah, man, Earl, and he's trying to step in there and go toe to toe because he needs to knock out, but I don't think he wants that smoke because he just got hit with a fucking left hook. Yeah, man, so for the most part, man, what he needs to do is just try to hang on and at least try to go 12 rounds, man, and call it quits. Because he's getting clobbered, BJ3.
Yeah. Mine didn't went out on me. But it's we already know what the outcome is.
Yeah, it's disappointing, man. I would have never thought that I would see, especially after the horrible loss that he took to Crawford. I would have thought that he would have came back with more step in his pep, better head movement, and better foot movement. Man, he's the same. He's the same off balance, same flat footed.
Right.
One jab. Straight ahead
man.
fight, man. And that's it. And don't get me wrong, you guys. Errol Spence was my guy. Errol Spence was, my fighter. I lost a lot of money on this guy. His last fight. Meaning that I had a lot of confidence in this guy. But he's definitely been exposed, man. And I hate to see Errol like this because he was a great fighter, man. What one fight can do to a fighter's career.
Yeah, it took a lot out of him. That fight took a lot out of him.
Because he looks like a shell of himself, man. He looks. I'm gonna be honest, man. Oh wow, I thought he was getting ready to get dropped. He's trying to hit him with that hook. He's trying to drop him now, BJ3. But to me, man, to me, I'm not gonna say that he looked worse in this fight than he did in the Crawford fight. I'm not gonna say that because he was dropped 3 times. He has not been dropped yet in this, and I'm gonna knock on wood in this fight yet, but he's been hit with a lot of shots, man. That he's probably should have been dropped. So I will give him one thing. He definitely has the heart of a lion. He's definitely he's definitely a Hall of Famer, man. I think the best of him is behind him, BJ3. And pretty much that's it. So this is the end of the 11th. We're coming up to the 12th and final round, man. This is a sad situation. And I'm gonna read a few comments. I've been letting the comments through, and I've been reading them. But at Beats Scout said Tim is a class act for not trying to hurt Earl. Yeah, I'll say that. And that's a good point. He's definitely a class act because he could have put the pressure on Earl and really embarrassed this man. So I will agree with you on that one, Tim. He definitely has been a class act, because he has definitely not put the pressure like he probably could have put the pressure on Earl. But look at Earl, man. He swole up. Mouth wide open. He's tired. So I think the long layoff, man, probably had a lot to do with the stamina, which he went 12 rounds. So we won't say it's the stamina, but in my opinion, man, I think switching trainers did him no justice at all, because he looked like the same exact fighter of from the last fight. Excuse me. So this is the 12th and final round. Tszyu is filling him out. Will he go for the knockout, BJ3? Give me your thoughts and give me your opinion.
He should. I'm with my man. I'm glad he not, because I don't want to see it.
Beat Scout said Tim is a class act for not trying to knock him out, but it looked like he may be going for this knockout.
He should. He should.
Oh, fuck yeah, Tim is winning this fight. Oh my God, he just popping him with that jab now. I think he's stalking him. He walking him down, trying to look for that right hand. BJ3.
He been walking him down.
And it's embarrassing, man.
I'm gonna say he looked worse than the Bud fight. He's just not.
Listen, I was saying it, but the difference is he hasn't been knocked down.
His skill set, like
it looks worse. It looked like he regressed.
The way he regressed. Yeah. The way he's leaving his hands down,
everything,
his head out, the movement,
and I know his last trainer probably shaking his head like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, this is bad, man.
Listen, he looked outmatched, he looked outclassed, and he looked like that in that last Bud Crawford fight. It was like, hold on, man, like you are a world class fighter. Why does it look like
he was fighting his fight?
That you don't know? Look like it. Why does it look like you don't know what the fuck you in there doing? And it looked like that early in this fight, man. Like some of the shots, some of the punches that he was throwing, he was reaching, and it looked horrible, man.
Yeah, at least with the Bud fight, he looked like himself. He just couldn't do nothing with Bud. This fight, he looked like you said, he's digressed. He looked like damn near amateur the way he moving and leaving his hands down and leaving his head out. It's like, man, what you doing?
And that Beat Scar said, I don't think he can see. Me neither. I told BJ3 he was swole up. And Mud Gut 7685 said, Tim under the French different boxer.
Tim what?
Yeah, I agree, man. Definitely different boxer than what he's been seeing with the U.S. boxers. But it's not a better competition, because he's actually in there with lesser competition than he was in there when he fought Crawford, and he's getting his ass beat. And this is my guy, you guys. Don't get me wrong. Don't think that I didn't like Spence. That I was against him. I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win this fight, but we have 10 seconds left in this fight, and he's pretty much just looking to survive this fight, BJ3. And it's pretty much been like that since the 4th round of this fight.
I'm glad he did. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he made it through, and I'm glad he made it through. That just shows what type of heart that he has, man. But at the end of the day, man, he was outclassed, he was outmatched. And I will give him that. He made it. He has a heart of a lion, I will say that, but he was just there. He was just outclassed.
Tim ain't no animal.
That's it. At the end of the day,
you lucky Tim ain't no animal.
Give me your last thoughts, man. Give me your opinion. Give me your last thoughts on this fight. Let everybody know where they can reach you, man, and what you got going on. Because we know what's going on with this fight and his decision.
He lucky Tim is not an animal. If Tim wanted to go ahead and just say, I'm gonna go all out, I'm gonna give him my all right here, he would have stopped him. He looked bad, man. He looked
horrible, bro.
He looked bad.
And Beat Scout said, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't even want to see Earl fight Keith Thurman. That's who I thought he should have fought. Yeah, man. He was outclassed. He was a shell of himself. He looked horrible.
He looked
And,
bad,
and,
man.
and you can't blame, and I'm not going to blame his trainers, because at the end of the day, I'm quite sure
Him.
yeah, man, look at these shots. At the end of the day, I'm quite sure they show Earl, they put the tried to home in the technique and
Right.
things that he need to do with his head movement and his foot movement, man. The foot movement was just not there, BJ3. He was
Hey, I
still
respect him,
fat-footed. He
man.
was getting hit with left and right hooks, and just, what I will say is Earl definitely has a chin, or either Tim just couldn't hit that hard, because he took a lot of shots.
No, I'm giving Tim props, like what your guy said. I'm giving Tim props for not, um, jumping on him, because he could have. All he had to do was say, you know what, I'm about to go ahead. If he would have fought hard for 1 minute, he would have stopped him. If he would have just been like, I'm about to get him out of here and just go hard, he would have stopped him.
Yeah, but we still got a few people here watching. We at the end of the fight, we know what's getting ready to happen. Earl is probably getting ready to lose this fight due to the decision. It was a horrible fight. In my opinion, for Earl, it was a great fight overall. It was an interesting fight. It was a 12-round fight. I was just disappointed. In the way Earl fought this fight, it was a disappointment. I'm just going to be honest. B. Scott said Earl old style worked because he was mostly the bigger guy. Now he's matched in size. Yeah, I agree. And he was actually the bigger fighter in this fight, you guys. I thought Tim was the bigger fighter, but Earl was actually had to reach, and they were the same height. Here we go for the decision, you guys. Unanimous decision.
117, 111.
He got to win. Yeah, and I knew it, man. Earl knew it. You can see it in his face. But at the end of the day, man, back to the training board for Earl. 2 losses in a row. Where do we go from here, BJ3? A lot of people thought that he should have stayed retired. Again, give me your opinion. Where do Errol Spence go from here? They showing Terrence Crawford. He's looking disappointed. He picked Earl to win in this fight, So give me your opinion. Where do Earl go from here, BJ3?
Earl goes to Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, vacation.
Yeah, man. And I listen. And most people that know me know that I'm a big time Errol Spence fan. I would have not wanted Earl to come back to see this type of fight. At the end of the day, man, it still was a good action-packed fight. He did his best. But I think the long layoff had a lot to do with the fight. I'm not going to say anything about the weight. He was able to get in there. He took the punches. He did not get stopped, but he was just outclassed, man, and outpunched. I think what Earl needs to do if he decides to continue to boxing and what he's going to have to do, BJ3, he's definitely going to have to implement head movement, more combinations versus that stiff, lazy-ass jab, 1-2, and that's it, because that's all he was doing all fight long. You saw no counters, no counterbacks, no coming, nothing like that, any of that, and I'm left-handed. So, and you saw none of those motions coming from him at all. It was like, it was almost like he was in there, that he was totally outclassed. Like, it was a novice versus an amateur. Or a professional versus an amateur, I should say, in some of the shots that he was throwing and just, how just everything that he did today, and I don't just want to pick out one thing from another, but the whole everything, in my opinion, BJ3, he looked horrible. So look, man. I want to thank everybody. Beats Carroll said Earl needs to work on the 6'9" acres, open up gym and chill. Yeah, at the end of the day, he definitely needs to think about a second career.
Ride them horses.
Get that started, but he's already doing promoting and things like that. So he definitely needs to start leaning more into going into a second career, because pretty much, man, this just showed that, it comes a time and a place where a fighter got to lay the gloves down. Earl is what 37, getting ready to be 38, if I'm not mistaken. BJ3.
I don't know. I have to Google it, but yeah, he's somewhere around
something
there.
like that. So look, we've saw the best of Errol Spence, and and like I said, BJ3, what one fight can do to a fighter's career.
Yep. Changed everything, man. His mentality,
Yeah,
everything.
It did,
Everything.
man. Yeah, it did. I know so many people lost. A lot of people probably lost a lot of money on this fight. But
I wonder what the odds was. What were the odds before the fight?
I'm gonna hear from Errol, and then I'm gonna go in and close it out.
Okay.
Yeah, he swole BJ3. I lay my head down. He's been one of my favorite fighters. The last 5-6 years, man. And it comes a time where he got to lay the gloves down, man. And tonight is that night.
Yeah. Man, if you would have bet on Tim, you would have made some money. He was up.
Yeah, man. It's a hurting
Earl
feeling to
was
see
the
one of the favorite fighters go out like this, man. But
just don't keep fighting. As long as he don't keep.
Yeah, no,
fighting.
he definitely. This
I'm
definitely
cool.
after seeing this fight, man. This
How long before
should
you ready?
be a wake up call. For him and his family. That he needs to, lay the gloves down, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I think his mama just kissed him and probably told him that with that kiss.
All right. He said that kiss was like, "All right, baby, you did good. It's time to go ahead."
Yeah, it's weird. Because look at him, he's old, bro.
Practice.
Look at that left eye. That shit gonna be shut.
It don't look like what Bud had him looking like, but
it don't look like that. But I promise you, that bitch gonna be swole tomorrow. But look, man,
100%.
BJ3 again. Let everybody know what you got going on and where they can reach you.
Man, right now, man, I'm trying to get you to 1,000, man. So I've been texting folks and trying to get that going on, man. I'm still doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get them likes up.
Let's get them likes up. Let's get them subscribes up too. But yeah, BJ3, let everybody know where they can reach you, man, and what you got going on.
Hey, man, my whole life is about being a blessing to folks. So if you're trying to set your life up when it comes to finances, kids, one of my favorite things is to show parents how to make their kids millionaires. So if you're trying to change your life, change your legacy, trying to leave, change something for your bloodline, I can help you do that. Retirement, all that, right? Check me out. I'm on here. Hit me on here. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, Facebook. I'm on all that.
Okay, and again, I want to thank BJ3 for coming on the show. It's always a pleasure to have him on the show. Like I told you, BJ3 is my boxing go-to analyst. When we watching the fights, at the end of the day, man, it was a great fight. I did not want to see Errol go out like this. He's been one of my one of my favorite fighters, of this decade, so it's horrible to see him go out like that, but at the end of the day, every fighter has his day, and today was that day. So look, I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel. The comment section is definitely still open. Comment. I still want to hear you guys' thoughts on tonight's fight. Let me know what do you think where Errol should go from here. Is it over with, or should he continue to try to redeem himself in his career? But like I said, again, I want to thank everybody who made comments to the show. Everybody who commented, and again, for those who's watching the show over on Facebook, please go over to YouTube and hit that channel. Hopefully, I'm trying to hit that goal of 1K tonight. So hopefully by the end of the night, we hit that goal. But again, I want to thank everybody who joined the show. It was another one. It's your boy Damn D, and we are out. Peace.